Oh, I can hear you lot as well. Cool.
Yeah. All right, G, when you're ready. What's funny?
Hi. Get out that smile.
No, I said, what's funny? Like.
I just smiled.
Oh, no, I thought you laughed last night like, on your phone.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah, share the joke.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
You lot are going to run bare inside jokes.
I'm joking. No, I'm sorry.
No, she looked up and she laughed, so I was like, what's funny? Like, share the joke, innit?
No, listen, I honestly just...
Oh, you said
I just
okay.
smiled. Hi guys, it's just Gina here with Big Man Yusuff and Gavin and Brent, and this is Meet Us After 7. Gavin,
You got bare facial expressions. Facial expressions.
Welcome back, guys. Episode 227, Meet Us After 7 podcast. Yeah, man, we're back another week. Gav in the building, my boy Gav. Gina. Adman Gav on the socials.
Adman Gav.
Yeah, no, Gav. Yeah,
Okay.
because he works in advertising.
Right, got it.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, not bad,
How's
man.
everyone feeling? It's your first time on a pod?
No, I've been on yours as well. I went on your...
Album
No,
cuts,
can we mention that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, yeah. Album cuts, yeah, I forgot actually.
Yeah. It was a year ago, almost a year ago.
It was, yeah. We done the year end, we done like a wrap up for the best album of the year.
January.
Yeah, that was cool still, yeah. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Gina's decked out in her Kill Bill Uma Thurman.
Don't get my nerves.
Uma Thurman costume.
Don't get my nerves.
All yellow spandex Gymshark joints
Come on.
with the elephant Yeezys. Yeah, I swear that's what they're called, isn't it? The elephant Yeezys.
Is that the name?
I think so. Like an elephant foot or like a camel foot Yeezy.
Camel foot.
Something. Remember?
I get what you mean though. That
Yeah. Because of the way the soul's shaped, they got
Yeah.
nicknames, something, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Good.
How's everyone doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good,
things considered.
Like the earth being flat, right?
Your fault.
I knew that was coming.
No, I'm playing God. What you can say?
COVID, man.
Oh, yeah.
The end is in, you know what I mean? End is in sight, so...
But like we're about to get our freedom.
People say we're about to. It's March.
What do you mean?
Well, gyms open.
We've got a month.
No, June
Gyms open
21st.
No.
April
April
when things
12th
start
is
to
when
open
shops
back up.
open.
Okay, but what opens April 12th, please?
Shops, retail shops,
Bars,
bars.
pubs.
Oh, was it April 12th, all that?
Yeah, it's only. That's what I'm
I thought
saying.
April 12th was non-essential retail and gyms.
No. You
Only.
get the bars open as well.
Oh, so bars open
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know then.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
you
do,
are
they do.
right.
No, they do. I checked.
and what clubs then?
No, that's
Clubs
after
is-
June.
Yeah, that's June.
So bars being what? Weatherspoons and them places.
Probably.
Okay, about Sync.
Sync.
You know one, Sync Pong
Yates.
on a front event.
Respect Yates. I used
What
to
do you
love
mean
them
respect
when I was younger.
Yates.
Which one?
What do you mean
It's
respect
Trafford.
Yates?
Okay, so basically, if you're from East London,
Yeah.
Newham to be precise,
Yeah.
when we was younger, and it was like the Funky House
See.
season. Every
Funky House
Sunday,
era.
every Sunday was like a vibe at Yates,
Yeah.
and it was lit.
Every Sunday.
Yeah,
Fridays used to pop off in the Croydon one.
I never
Thursdays,
really
Fridays in the Croydon one.
went to Yates on a frequent basis. I don't think
No,
I
I used to
ever
go-
went to Yates on that.
I
There
went-
wasn't really a Yates in our, other than Croydon, I don't think there was a Yates.
Isn't
in
there?
South.
I think I've been to the
isn't there
one
Yates in
in.
Greenwich?
Is that one?
In
think
Cutty Sark somewhere. I'm sure there's a Yates in
Might
Cutty
have
Sark
been.
or something.
I think I've seen it. You know.
Yeah, I think there is one.
What,
There's
now?
there's a
Well, now?
pub, but yeah, there's.
Yeah, I swear there's a Yates in Cutty Sark. Either way, Yates has never been a part of my clubbing scene anyway.
No,
You,
when
what,
we-
you only started going out, what? Last 5 years, Use.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow,
What are you
okay.
talking about?
This is a different kind of combo.
Why do you think that?
Nah, I don't know.
Last 5 years, as
You were out.
in 20.
All right, so where we, 2015.
You think that's when I started getting raving? You're losing
No.
your mind, bro.
Okay. All right.
I've been raving since I was 19. No, since uni.
Ooh, okay.
Since I was 18.
Where were you going when you were 19?
That was when I was in Southampton. So just raves and
Southampton.
Yeah,
Uni.
yeah.
Okay.
Uni rave still. Yeah. Do you have any more questions?
No.
Might have a question in my.
You gave it the mum laugh.
No,
like,
but you know what killed me though,
Yeah.
yeah? Is when he was like, you ain't been coming out. Like, it's like a badge of honor, like you've got your stripes.
Yeah, it is.
No, but I'm curious to understand why you think I don't rave.
I just didn't see you out.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So the next question, so who was you out with? I know you want to ask.
Yeah, I do.
Who was I out with?
Yeah.
My boys.
Who's your boys?
Exactly. Elaborate. You're talking about boys.
My boys. Oh, so you mean because I wasn't raving with you, Marv, and...
Yeah, I just didn't really see...
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not saying that you weren't raving.
I only started raving
saying...
with you lot,
Mm.
I reckon 2014.
Exactly. That's what I
Onwards.
said. Didn't I say 2015?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
with you. So
Okay.
according to...
Alright. Yeah, well, of
Yeah,
course.
but that's a whole different conversation. That's... you only raved with me from 2015, 2014.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't raving at all.
Okay, I'll give you the benefit.
Can I just say this conversation is really interesting, yeah? Because I would never have this conversation with my female friends.
Why? Because you probably don't... You're not really...
I'm not a raver like
Oh, you're
that.
not? Yeah, that's...
Nah.
Yeah.
But the thing
What it
is, I went out like, so after like around uni times, and then after uni, I dabbled, and then I just kind of got bored and like lazy.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
And your friends, did they go out?
not really.
Okay, that's what it is. It's your circle, innit? Really?
Yeah, we're just not.
But yeah,
We're not
you're
really.
Do you
raving.
think you go out more now, like recently, than
Nah.
you did before? Or
The funny thing is, yeah, you just made me remember something. Between 18 and 25, I
You're in jail.
raved a
A
lot.
Same.
A hell of a lot.
Okay.
At 25, I think I said this before.
You got.
I retired from raving.
Yeah.
I was
What
going
for?
to when I retired, yeah, do you remember moonlighting in West End?
Is it like a... What is it? It's like like Polish people in there. And
No,
so is it a random?
No, it's black, but
Yeah.
it's like
I
random
don't know
black.
that.
It's like you'll go moonlighting and you might see some man them,
Yeah.
but you might see some uncles.
Mm.
You might see
Some
some
Colombians.
Yeah, it's just
the random ones.
It's a mixed bag, yeah, but it's mad fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you go in there, they've got pictures of all the celebs who've been there because it was quite popular in the 80s, isn't it? So you got pictures.
Where was it?
It was like
Leicester Square-ish.
Soho, Leicester Square-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was going like just before I retired, yeah, I was going there frequently
Why did you retire? What happened?
because I felt at that point I was just bored. I was like,
Life.
no, raving, bro.
It's because you got moonlighting though. I mean, come on.
No, and I'll tell you why I was going moonlighting. Yeah, so I went moonlighting for the first time, and it was epic.
That's why you went. That's
So
why you went
me and my
regularly.
boy-
You're always chasing
me-
that. You're
me-
always chasing it.
me and my
Chasing
boy,
it first.
me and my boy Melvin, we were trying to chase that first night
Yeah.
for like 6-7 weeks
So
in a
tell
row.
us, Yusuf, about the first night.
Take us there.
let's
Paint the
take us
picture.
The first night of moonlighting. Do you know
Yeah.
why it was wavy? Because me and Melvin met this group of girls.
Oh, see, it's
And they-
always girls.
and they-
It's all
man.
I knew.
What is wrong with you,
And
bro?
they
Can't
just
you
get-
just go out and enjoy yourself? Why does it always have to be about
It's not always about
opposite
girls,
sex?
but on this particular night,
sex?
the girls are the ones who made the night great, innit? So we met this group of girls, and it was just lit. Like the vibe was lit, dancing,
Just two of you?
drinks. The two of us.
How many girls?
In
Can
that-
I bring this closer? Or is it all right?
Yeah, bring it closer. So in that group of girls, I believe there was like 4 or 5 of them.
What do they look like?
I don't remember, bro. This is a very long
Do you
time ago.
remember?
I don't remember.
It was your
they
first.
were black.
It was the first.
They were black.
Whoa.
Was there one in particular?
Guys, I'll be honest with you, yeah? You're prying to a situation that I don't remember. It's just
Okay.
a random
Okay.
night
Cool.
in moonlight. It's
Cool,
not like
cool.
significant, innit?
Okay. Cool.
So after that night,
That's my bad.
we kept chasing that high. It's like when you take your first crack hit. And you just,
Okay,
it's just,
I
it's
mean,
just
I've never smoked crack, but okay.
ecstasy, euphoria, and you're just chasing that
Bye
same
bye.
hit. So we were chasing that same hit
Yeah.
for time, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what? One, I felt bored of raving. I thought this is very repetitive, same old every week.
Yeah.
I can't bother to go anymore. So I stopped going out for like maybe 3 years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But then bucked up with Marv. And then
Rekindled things.
And it all-
rekindled
it all
things.
went
And
back
then
on again.
boom, back in the raving scene.
Did you lot go to like? Because when I reflect, yeah, I didn't go to like bait. You know, like those like City Love and like those.
Yeah.
I didn't go to those. When I think back at it, I only went to like. I was heavily
Sugars
into.
and spice. No, is it sugars and spice? Is it the ones there?
Sugar-
Like, I didn't go to any of those.
Kiss
Like,
and tell.
I didn't go to any of them, but I was heavily into house. So
Okay.
most of
Okay,
my
okay.
houses was like sleepless nights,
Yeah, sleepers
till
nights.
2, like
Ooh.
Yeah.
every till 2
Yeah.
that happened.
Which one? The one Ruby Low. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always there
Yeah.
till 2 a.m. literally,
okay,
and then I
okay.
had work. It was always on a
Or
Thursday.
3 a.m.
Yeah,
It was free-
on a spicy night.
on a cheeky one, didn't
And then it
was-
moved. Did it move to like Holborn or like?
It
So after
moved-
Ruby Low, it moved to.
Yeah, moved to Sway Bar
That's it.
in Holborn.
Yeah. So I'd go to
Big up
those.
Seth.
I used to literally go
Seth.
to those. Like
Self combo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big up Seth. Come
I used to go to
Yeah.
those religiously,
Yeah.
and then
What about E3?
come on, I'm from East. Of course,
What about you?
I was a resident at
E3 was
E3.
cold still.
Oh, I tell you what, I went there once, and
Thank you.
me and Marv.
Oh yeah.
I probably won't go into the story. Yeah, but
E3 was hard still.
I bucked Marv there when it renamed and it was called Boheme something.
But didn't it get locked off that first night?
So
Right.
it's called Boheme.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to meet my boy there.
Yeah.
I couldn't get hold of him. He was supposed to be DJing there. I couldn't get hold of him. So
Yeah.
I messaged Marv on a random one because I was driving past
Yeah.
and I saw how many girls were outside.
Yeah.
So I was like, clearly there's gonna be.
Yeah.
So I've called Marv. Marv's in there.
Yeah.
And we go in and there was a madness. It was popped off in there.
Yeah.
It was just mad. So anyway, it just ended up.
And that was the first, and that was so sad, yeah, because E3 again was like a local for us East Londoners.
Yeah.
Always at E3. Then it got closed down. Then they reopened it on that one night, and then after that happened,
closed
it never
down.
opened.
Never opened
it
it
never
again.
opened again.
How many times did it close down as E3? Or was it just once?
I think just once.
Okay.
No.
Did you
E3
ever
was
go
live
to because it was on my doorstep. Okay, it was in Barking.
Nah. I've never been out in Barking.
It was it's like Barking / Dagenham, and they used to do they started doing like regular nights there.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. It's like near the cinema, but there was like a period where everyone was going there as
I mean, I
well.
was South End. So
No, I know.
Yeah.
I've never gone out in South. No, I've been to Clapham once.
Neither have I really. No, the only place in South that people really frequent is back in the day was Ministry.
Yeah. I went to Ministry once.
Ministry
I was
of Sound?
scared of that place.
That's not South London,
Yes,
is
it
it?
is.
It is. Elephant Castle.
Yeah. What about
Is it Ministry of Sound in
what about
like
Imperial Gardens?
Central
You remember
London?
Imperial Gardens?
Say again.
Is it Ministry of Sound in like West? Like,
No, man. It's
do you know what? No.
Elephant on the way to London Bridge.
Okay,
You're
so
thinking of Circle, one of those places, no?
no, there's Ministry in. Hasn't it moved?
Nah.
No,
Didn't it
no,
move?
It's been there. It's
Basically, no,
It's
but
legendary.
there's a Ministry of Sound in like. Oh, it's annoying me because I'm picturing the area. It's like somewhere in West London, like Piccadilly sides.
It might be called Ministry. Maybe it's just called Ministry, not Ministry of Sound, like the official Ministry of Sound
I'm
brand.
sure. And then they turned it into a like now it's like a fitness space. They do classes in there, but it still has like the rave element of like
I'm not sure.
when you go to a class, it's like a rave. So it's dark. You got a DJ.
Yeah.
You got a MC.
Yeah, no.
No.
That sounds decent, though.
Yeah, it's sick.
Is it like
It
on-
was before.
before lockdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imperial Gardens. That was in Camberwell, wasn't it?
Imperial Gardens. Yeah. Oh, right. It's like an under 18 spot.
Imperial
Innit?
Gardens. Yeah, I remember
Everyone
Imperial
used to
Gardens.
talk about it in our school.
Imperial Gardens. I remember obviously E3, Mustard Bar.
Oh, I think I went
Mustard
to
Bar,
Mustard.
yeah. That was in Bank.
Yeah.
I think I've
Yeah,
been to
yeah,
Silks and
Mustard.
Spice. Silks and Spice.
Mustard Bar, the ceilings are like this.
Yeah.
Low.
Silks
I
and Spice
think
though
I've-
was
is that in Liverpool Street?
Silks and Spice.
that was that like St Paul's or Silks and Spice was like the rave.
Was that
Rave,
was that always on like a New Year's as well, where it was like
They would have had one in years.
Yeah.
But they would
But
have had one.
that was like the
throughout the
go-to
years,
rave
bro.
for like a while. Silks and Spice.
I think I've been.
Beanies galore.
I think I've been to one.
Yeah, you used to wear you'd wear a tie there.
Yeah. You have to dress up smart.
Shoes.
I went to-
You wear waistcoat
shirts,
there.
Yeah.
Hard bottoms.
Yeah.
Grey pinstripe.
The club
Yeah.
that us man. To be fair, how come
I miss those days.
we used
you
to
know.
frequent
Upon
Club 10
reflection.
a lot?
I never, I wasn't out.
Yeah, so me,
Yeah,
Marv,
yeah.
Matty, and Rob used to go
Yeah.
Club 10.
What, Rob?
Rob,
Oh, was it?
yeah.
What year was this?
This was maybe like between maybe 2013 to like
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. I thought
17 or 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about before 2010. Okay, cool.
We used to go Club 10 on a weekly basis.
Oh, okay.
And it was like an older crowd, innit?
Yeah.
Like a more mature crowd. It's quite small in there, but it was cool.
Where was
still.
this?
St. Paul's, I believe.
Okay. No.
St. Paul's. But yeah,
You guys are really
I
giving me
know,
nostalgia.
sorry. We're not, yeah.
No,
oh,
like
I
I'm
thought
loving
we were
it.
like,
No, because
not really a
it's
raver
making
like
me. No, I'm not. But like, I had a period where I was really out here, so I'm just
Yeah.
reminiscing, thinking, "Oh, those days were fun."
you miss it.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
probably
too
hung
late-
up your dancing shoes a bit too
Along-
early.
No, but you know what it was? For me, yeah, I was active from young. So like, I feel like I went to like under 18s, like in the ends and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I went to uni, and obviously in uni, you kind of like rave to
Yeah.
you're like mad in the face.
Yeah.
Came back after uni, did the same thing. And then I just got tired
yeah.
and lazy. And my thing is, it's the getting ready to go out, you know? I'm too late. Like if I can skip that process,
Yeah.
I'm out.
You're out, yeah.
But the thought of getting ready, and it's always like, I'm always that kind of person, let me nap quickly. Then when I wake up from my nap,
You can't be bothered to go out.
no.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what used to always happen
Listen,
to
you know how
me.
many times it's happened where someone's come to my house and they're like, I'm like, I'm gonna nap.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I'll be at your house at 11.
Yeah.
Till 12, they're knocking
Fall
down my
asleep.
door.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember? This is way back. You might not remember this. Remember Jessica's house party?
Yeah.
You remember?
Bad. So good.
I'm dead.
Ay, so good. So good.
All right. So this is
She used
in.
to have- yeah, go
this is secondary school. So me and Gav went to the same school, innit? So there's a girl called Jessica. Yeah. This is the fact that I remember this. It's not random, but it's still random for this story to come up in it.
Yeah.
But she had a house party. I think we were like the first person to
It's
have a house
barbecue.
party.
It's barbecue.
Nah, it was a house party.
Yeah, I guess. You know, I know which one you're talking
Barbecue.
about. Cool.
For a
My
birthday or
bad.
something, innit?
Yeah. Go
So
on, continue.
We
I
were like,
remember
what?
which one you're talking
What
about.
year were we in?
Year 10?
Was it year 10? I thought it was like year 9 or something.
Nah, year 10.
Year 10.
Yeah.
Year 10. Yeah. So I think this might be my first like house party.
party,
kind of
Yeah.
thing, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I wore like a black turtleneck,
Raw.
jeans.
You didn't go to house parties in like tracksuits and stuff.
That house party, no, that house party. I dressed.
Nah.
Oh, is it?
And I remember.
Yeah, because
Because it's Jessica's party. Yeah.
No,
I hear that.
but
you just would
no,
dress up for a
no,
house party.
no offense.
Because you didn't go often. It was
Jessica
like a-
wasn't like the beanie in the school. or
No, I
nothing.
know, but I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? She was just a cool girl.
But
like,
she didn't have.
yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
have to be. But if her part, like,
No, but you said Jessica's house
because
party,
she
like.
could be like the most populous girl in the school for whatever reason, or like the girl that
No,
everyone likes.
she
who-
was just a blessed girl that everyone kind
Super
of
blessed.
got on with. Innit?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
because it's her, you
Yeah.
know that everyone's going. So it's a party you don't want to miss.
And because, as far as I'm concerned, that was the first party that everyone from school
Went to.
Went
Very
to
true.
anyway. I don't remember any other party that everyone went to before that or after.
100%.
Yeah, that was it. Just her house party. I just remember
Did you
winding.
know it was going to be like that? I didn't know it was going to be lit like
I remember just winding this one girl for
For time, but the whole-
almost the whole time.
Oh,
Man,
I forgot about that party.
man secured the wine and I just held on to the wine. I didn't let that wine go. I can't remember who it was. It might have been someone from my school or one of her friends. I don't know. I remember just holding that wine for almost the whole night. I didn't let the girl go.
I missed though. I actually missed like secondary school, like
the whole set.
The whole time, the whole song, slow song, fast song, whatever. You mine, girl.
Wow, I hear that. You know what? Yeah, did you? And okay, so with girls, like when we were younger, it's like you'd go to a party, you dance with guys, and afterwards you talk to your friends and talk about, oh, how many guys you wined with.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I know you're guys. I don't know if yours is the same or was yours more numbers. But did you guys talk about the girls you were dancing with? Like, oh, right, did you see my man dancing on da-da-da-da-da?
Maybe.
In the moment, you would have said it to your friend standing next to you.
next-
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
look at Gav.
look at him.
Dancing with what's
Yeah.
her face,
But you
whatever.
wouldn't, it wouldn't be a thing afterwards.
Yeah, it wouldn't be after. Oh my god, I danced with
Because secretly, you want to dance to someone, but you haven't got the, you know
The
what I mean?
balls.
Yeah, to go up and
The worst is when there's a guy.
unless someone's just in your vicinity and you just edge closer to it.
Can you not talk about the rejection of dancing? Have you ever been rejected from a wine before?
I must have.
Of course.
Yeah.
But do you remember any of those moments, like, and how it must have felt like?
I don't remember specifically, but I remember like how some of them may have occurred. Like you might have,
Cognitive dissonance. You
like-
block that out.
like you might have tapped her on the
I hear
shoulder.
that.
She might have turned around and it's
Not
air.
it.
Or you dance with a girl and then her and her friend have that eye contact and then she
Yeah.
she just takes one step forward from you. It's air.
Yeah.
Or it's a.
You get your friend pulls
Or it's
you.
a. It's
I'll be
or,
like,
Oh, the pull.
or,
The pull.
pull ones. I love the
or
pull.
you,
Yeah, the pull.
you pull her on
You're a
the.
fool, man. You're jealous, man.
You pull her on her wrist or what, and then she doesn't even budge.
she rejects-
She just rejects
yeah.
it straight away. She doesn't look back.
Do you know what's mad?
You
You
didn't
know,
even get a proper grip. It's like,
Wait, every time them ones where you grabbed her from behind, like on the wrist or something, and she's rejected, you're thinking, right, you haven't even seen my face or nothing. So you just walk around to be like,
oh, like, see me.
No, walk around, not like walk around like in her face, but walk.
like you're thinking, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Walk in her view, so then at least she can see you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now you know what I look like. Now I'm gonna come back around.
Nah.
And try
Right,
again.
best strategy.
I know that is strategy, but I know what you're saying though as well.
Yeah,
I know what you're
because
saying.
I'm thinking, right, you haven't even seen me and you've rejected me.
They've
like.
seen you.
So at least they've seen me, but I didn't know this on me.
Exactly. When they saw you.
They caught me when I came in.
Yeah.
I'm living.
That's the thing.
Do you know what?
That's
It's
the thing.
so
They've
funny.
seen you. They've seen you. You just don't know they've seen you.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
right, you're right,
all
you're right,
these
you're right.
like things, like all these. I feel sorry for the younger generation. Yeah, not saying that they didn't get to experience it. I'm just
Yeah.
Oh, their
assuming
parties
that-
are lit.
I'm assuming that they didn't get to. But
And also,
obviously,
yeah, their parties are lit anyway.
but I was gonna say, do you not think it's mad how like back then, yeah, you see all these things we're talking about, it was
Yeah.
so normal.
Yeah.
That could never run now. You could never go in a dance
Yeah.
and like randomly like just pull on a girl and whine. Like, do you know what I mean?
That was the absolute norm back then.
Yeah, but now it's like...
Yeah. Do you think I would ever whine a girl in 2021? Like, just go up to a girl behind her.
Obviously she'll miss
whine her.
Raw, you still do... You...
No, I'm thinking, I've never really been that type of person. I've never been really like a whining type of guy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I like house races like that.
Oh, yeah. You're a big house raver.
You know, the bubble thing. It's the bubble thing.
And that's why I liked house raves, you know, because you could vibe with anybody.
Yeah.
And it's face to face and it's just vibes and energy. Like, it didn't feel like invasive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of distance and it was like like I said, like a bubble.
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
The good old days.
Whining was epic, man. Can't believe you missed that boat.
Yeah, I ain't really got it in the hips like that. I'm a mean two-stepper.
There.
I ain't got it in the hips like that. You know, like soca and them thing there.
No, it's not your bag.
Really, nah.
No, I hear that.
At a certain age, whining was the closest thing to intimacy. But
Of course it was.
Yeah, man. So, man's in secondary school, man's in... You know what I mean? Whining is a thing, bro. No? No, but even though, but you wasn't in the house raves back when you were in college, were you?
No, but you would just stand on the wall, innit? You just be like...
Proper prayer, like just stand there.
You just praying on the wall. Yeah, of course. I'm not going in... Nah.
Why?
I just...
It's not
just
your
a bit
thing.
shy, innit? Just a bit like... and no one was doing that, really.
They were doing it. That's the whole... What do you mean no one was doing it? Everyone was doing it.
Nah, not really.
No, but you know what?
I used to go places like... what's it called? What was that one on Old Kent Road? Caesars. You guys, Caesars. You're not dancing in the middle of the rave at
This guy
Caesars.
naming all the classic South London spots, boy.
Yeah, man.
Imperial Gardens is like... Because I used to live in Camberwell, innit? And Wolf Road. So that was like literally in my area. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Mass, Brixton Mass.
Oh, what's that
Coliseum.
I've been Coliseum. Is that the one in Elephant Castle? No.
You're just naming random spots.
No, but I've been Coliseum.
You're getting them all wrong.
What's
Coliseum's 9 Elms. That's Vauxhall. Like Vauxhall bits.
I don't remember.
But these names ring bells, so I must have been there. But what's the one on in Elephant Castle? Like
that's Ministry.
No.
Oh,
near where Gym Box is now.
Where is Gym
Box? That's the
They used to do Ghana
the uncle
Independence
spot.
there.
The uncle
they
spot.
Used to, no, but I went to
no, it's the Coronet.
Coronet. That's
Coronet.
No, but remember that used to be a cinema back in the day.
I went to one.
I used to go cinema there.
Back to
not back to
95.
But they converted it into a rave spot.
A rave, yeah.
That used to be my Peckham premiere. That Coronet. that was my local cinema.
Oh, is it?
You used to go there?
Coronet.
I used to just hear rats were in there and I never went.
I lived on Walker Road.
Yeah, I just never went.
So it made sense.
Yeah, I never went. I used to think there was rats.
I didn't get it all the time, but because it was local to me,
why did I go?
It was either there or Peckham. And then when I got older, I started getting Odeon. And then that was before we had Cineworld and what's the other one that's out nowadays? It was View. It was just literally Odeon, and that's it back in the day, innit?
And Everyman. We've got Everyman. You looked into the
No, but Everyman's new.
I go to the Everyman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
what I'm saying.
The only one is Canary Wharf.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Canary Wharf one, but that was for
it's recent.
That was.
I remember. I think it's party.
Yeah, for a party. Yeah. Bare nostalgia, boy. School was fun still.
School was mad.
Gav was a prefect at school still.
Was you really?
Oh, I was.
Was you really?
Yeah.
What is a prefect, please?
You remember I was a prefect in school?
Yeah,
but what is a prefect? Like we didn't have those in my school.
He used to walk around and...
Did you have like a special tie?
No. Yeah, he had a special tie.
Wait, don't say me like it's just me with bare of us, man.
No, it weren't. It was bare you lot from your class.
Yeah, because I was in the top class.
He was in one of the top sets, innit?
Okay.
So it was bare people from my class were prefects. And we had...
Not because of intellect, just because of behaviour.
No, it was because of intellect.
I was gonna...
That word.
No, but hold on.
I'm going to give you...
Sets obviously work based on intellect.
Here's the proof that was intellect, yeah? I applied for Kingsville, yeah? And I moved house in that period.
And they still let you in?
Hear me out.
Go on.
So they sent letters...
Kingsdale, by the way, as well.
Hear me out. I know Kingsville's a shit school.
Okay, cool. Not now, though. It's a good
Do you remember, you have to do entry tests so they can decide what class you're in. They sent all the letters to my old house. So I didn't take any of the entry-level exams.
And they still let you in?
So... My first form group was the bottom form, you know?
Yeah, Which one? Do you remember? Miss Brown?
With
Leon Denton.
With David, Leon.
Yeah.
That was Paul.
Big up Leon.
That was my class.
Yeah.
After the first set of tests, they moved me to the top. So that proves that was based on intellect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where was you?
All right, listen.
Where
I was middle of the roads. Yeah, I tell you what though. You know how bad Kingsdale was. So I didn't. I was gonna go to another school.
Yeah.
But for some reason, things changed. So I didn't go there in the end. I think they were like over capacity or something.
Yeah.
So Kingsdale was my second choice. So I ended up going to Kingsdale maybe a week or two late.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And when I say I've gone in there, you know, like what film is that? What's the film with you know the House Party Boys, but it's not House Party. It's the other film. Go on.
Class Act.
Is it Class Act?
Yeah,
It is Class Act. Yeah. You know how things are just mad around the school?
Yeah.
That's how Kingsdale was. Like, I was seeing people getting thrown out of class.
Yeah.
I'm seeing certain people who would have been in our year.
Yeah.
These times they're 2 weeks into their school placement and they're just acting up.
Yeah.
Mad confident, just wilding.
Your school was an all-boys school, right?
No, it
No,
wasn't.
mixed.
It was mixed.
But because there was more boys and girls, the form groups had to be boys mixed. Boys mixed.
Oh, really?
So mine was all boys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember,
weird.
mine was all boys for 5 years. Obviously, once we got to year 10,
That's why you are the way you are now, innit?
Say again.
That's why you are the way you are now, innit?
Which is what?
Unruly.
because
Sorry.
a boys form group.
No, but I do feel like those things have an impact on like your interactions and stuff.
No, but we had girls in our school though.
Yeah,
No,
we had
fair
girls in our
enough.
school.
Yeah, we had girls
I
in
mean,
our school.
not necessarily the forms, but like I went to a mixed secondary school, and then the sixth form I went to, the school was like all boys or all girls, and then the sixth form was mixed. And I noticed how mad people would move, like in class or like around the school.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that they've not really been around like girls.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it was normal, and I just thought, I really gassed because guys in your okay.
Yeah.
People didn't used to act up because we just had girls around all the time. It was like normal.
Yeah, it was normal. And there wasn't that many girls, to be fair. So there wasn't enough girls to get gassed about. You know what I mean? But it was alright still. School days was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
It was lit still. The funny thing is, I remember because I asked my mum, because Kingsdale was far from my house, isn't it? Like, Kingsdale was in West Dulwich.
So you were where? Elephant and
I
Castle?
lived in Wharf Road.
Wharf Road.
So I asked my mum.
It's awkward. It's awkward for you to get to.
It's also funny, you know how many...
Because you had to go to Camberwell or 68, is it?
I had to get 68 and I get 3 or
and then get
322.
3, yeah.
And you know how many schools were walking distance from my house?
Yeah,
I had
Tennyson's.
You took 2 buses to get to school.
Yeah, Michael Ramsey.
Could never be me.
schools that I could
Wharf.
have... Schools,
Jeffrey Chaucer.
these are the schools that I could have walked to,
Yeah.
Ramsey,
Yeah.
Sacred Heart,
Yeah. St. Michael's.
Ramsey was even closer to my house than the other previous 2.
You said it first.
Hold on. Ramsey, Sacred Heart, Woolworths,
What's that other one? Archbishop Tennyson's.
Jeffrey Chaucer,
Jeffrey
Bear.
Chaucer, yeah.
Gina, these are all walking distance from my house, but I went to a school
St.
that
Vincent
I had
Olives.
to get
They
2
took
buses
2
to.
buses to.
And I
Why?
asked my mum the other day, like, Mum, why did I go to school? I
And
don't
what
even
she
remember.
say?
I think she said her reason doesn't make sense because that school was the worst out of the bunch. Ramsey was like a Catholic school. Woolworth, my sister went there. I don't think she wanted me to go there because it was kind of bad. And then the rest, I don't remember why.
Woolworth, it wasn't as bad as our school, but it was. I mean, it was probably on par, to be fair.
Ours was bad because of the behaviour of the students. It was basically a Peckham boy and a Brixton boy school, innit?
Eventually, it turned into that.
Eventually, so there's a lot of gang
I get it.
Right.
wars and beef and
So were people
fights
proper
and-
like beefing in school? Like
Yeah, proper.
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting when I hear like South Londoners like talk about their experience because obviously in East, or for me anyway, and I didn't even go to school in East. I went to school in Essex.
Yeah.
So my upbringing was completely different.
Yeah. It's true, actually.
What do you mean? So go on.
Like the school I went to was predominantly white.
Right.
So like you know when it's like end of
What was
year,
it called?
Barking Abbey. So when you're looking at pictures, like you can count how many of you there are,
Yeah.
and all the black people are kind of like stuck together. But my school was predominantly white and Asian, so there was a lot of Asians in my school as well.
Yeah.
So we didn't have these like we had a lot of like internal like racial beefs. It's weird, like
Oh, was it?
yeah, so you had like Asians versus whites or whites versus blacks. So do you know what I mean? Like we had a lot of that,
Okay.
but never like there wasn't enough black people to beef each other. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have that.
We were just beefing. In our school, we were just beefing based on area. It wasn't really, do you know what I mean? Like it was just...
Yeah, it wasn't based on anything
Proper
else.
postcodes.
Basically.
Yeah,
Postcode
more area. Yeah, more area.
Yeah.
Weren't even
Postcode was
postcodes. It
just
wasn't.
area.
Yeah, it was an area thing.
Yeah.
Because people from Dulwich, Camberwell got different postcodes, but they all used to group together.
Yeah.
People from Kenneton, Brixton,
Yeah.
Stockwell.
The matter thing, when I was younger, I had no knowledge of East London at all. So you're saying, like, I heard about
Hackney. That's it.
I didn't know about
and Clapton.
Yeah, Hackney. Yeah. I knew about Hackney, but that's it.
I heard about Clapton.
Do you think I knew any schools in East London? Nah, not one. Not a Scooby.
Yeah. And to be fair, South London did seem like the other side of the world.
Yeah.
The only reason why I kind of knew a bit about South London is because two of my friends, they're twins, they used to live in Stockwell.
Yeah.
And they moved literally to Barking in year 7.
Yeah.
So like they would always go back to like their old estate to, like, to see their friends and stuff. And sometimes I'd go with them.
Yeah.
So, but it was weird because I was like, this is a completely different, like, different ball game over here.
And I remember, like,
did you ever go to East London? Like, even with your mum or...
The funny thing is, as I got older, I realised that I did go to East London. Because when I started to go back to the places, like, for example, I had family in like Whitechapel or Mile. So growing up, going back to them areas, I'm like, wait a minute.
This is where Uncle So-and-so lives.
I've been here. I've been in the car. My parents have driven past this shop.
You
remember it?
Millions of times. And this is just fucking Tower Bridge, like just off Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's funny because, I had a fucking point I was going to say. It's gone.
Dalston. I used to go Dalston twice, 2 or 3 times a year with my mum. Just Dalston Market.
I was going to say, you only went there for the market.
Yeah, just for the market. Oh, yeah. Ridley Road, Dalston Market. So
I got it now. So going into secondary school, the area in the east that I was like, I have to go there, or it was E3 because of
all the rough
grime scene. I'm hearing Wiley, Dizzy,
Devon's
in school. Wait, that wasn't school.
No, college.
Oh, college. Yeah.
So I'm hearing about E3. I'm hearing about Bow, Devon's Roads.
Yeah.
I'm hearing about what's that record shop everyone used to go to?
It's gone out of my head now.
It's a famous record shop that everyone in the East used to go to. Anyway, whatever road that was on. You know what I mean?
Roman Road?
Roman Road.
Was it
but Roman Road is like
no?
a proper.
No, I know, but
popular...
the shop, it was a record shop on that road.
I know what you're talking about. It's on the tip of my
Either
tongue.
way, in my head, these places were like super, super far away, like off ends. But as you go on, you realize they're not even that far. You're just a simple train. DLR, quick car journey. But as a kid, you're thinking these places are fucking...
Miles away.
Miles away.
Yeah.
But they're not. Because East London is only...
Couple miles, isn't it?
East London is over Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
Like being from South, you get to Elephant, Tower Bridge.
Or even over Greenwich. Greenwich.
Bus a left.
Yeah.
And you're fucking in Whitechapel, Mile End. You're right there. It's weird, man. But yeah. I think the first time I ever went to East, I don't remember what year it was. I remember the first time I went to Canary Wharf. I was lost, bro. I was in a maze. One girl I was seeing booked a hotel for us at the Hilton. And that's the first time I ever went to Canary Wharf. I got off the DLR now, and now that I live in that area, it's so simple and I can navigate easily.
No, but Canary Wharf is
for the first time. How long it took me to get
still for me?
How long it took me to get to the DLR to that hotel?
Yeah,
it took me a good 40 minutes.
No, and remember with Canary Wharf as well. There's so many train stations that take you to different exits. Like if you don't know your bearings, like you're gonna get lost. Of course you are. It's mad.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, the DLR is still a myth for me. Like there's still bare stations. I've never even. If you were to name a DLR station,
Pontoon Dock.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking Cyprus.
Langham.
Yeah.
There's bare random ones. Yeah. Because I live in East now, that's the only reason why I know the DLR. But before that,
you're not East, are you?
I live in East now. Yeah.
Where do you live?
Isle of Dogs.
Is that East? Isle of Dogs.
E14.
It's East.
Oh, is E14?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Canary Wharf is even Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
Broadband's terrible there, isn't it? Reception.
No.
No? Okay.
Why? Because of the buildings?
Nah, I used to work for a company, and whenever anyone used to say E14, we couldn't give them broadband.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. We just couldn't give them.
That was fine still.
Yeah, it's mad still.
That was fine.
Yeah.
Anyone seen the little clip of the Prince Harry and Oprah?
Oh,
I saw a clip.
Yeah, I'm actually going to watch that. But apparently they put it on hold though, because it's basically they're saying that because Prince Philip is he the one that's in hospital?
Yeah.
Because he's in hospital, it's a bit insensitive for them to bring that out. So they're going to put it on hold.
So when was it due to come out? On the 7th, I think it was.
Yeah.
6th or 7th.
This week, basically, but they're putting it on hold.
So,
but mate, I'm here for it. When he said the clip that I think I liked was when he was talking about he saw what happened to his mum.
Yeah.
So essentially, he's saying these lot killed my mum.
But I was debating with someone in it, and I was saying exactly what you're saying, but they were saying he might be talking about the media.
Yeah, he probably is talking about the media.
And how the media treated.
No, 100%. I think it's obviously if you want to read into it, you're going to read it as him saying they killed Diana. Yeah. But I think obviously it's the whole treatment towards his missus, isn't it? And how the media kind of like...
But do we in the room believe...
What did you think he was talking about? His family?
No, that's what
That's what you thought?
That's what I thought, yeah. Like, I thought, right, like, Harry's taking it there,
nah,
isn't it?
He's not going to. Come on. Nah.
No, but the thing is...
But I think it's calculated, though.
Exactly,
I think it's calculated
his statement's very open. His
do you
statement could be interpreted...
Do you reckon he's saying two things, like a double...
Yes,
yeah, of course.
100%.
Remember, that statement could be read in two ways. It can be
he's covering his
the
back.
media or my family.
Yeah.
Because he's not being he's not being direct. He's kind of coating over the actual...
But also, we haven't seen the full clip. So again, it could just be... the way it's been edited. Do you know how they always... But I'm saying,
but
you know how...
There's very telling just by itself.
No, I know, but you know how sometimes without context, things can always be made to seam a lot worse than they are. So we could watch it back with context and be like, he could even be talking about something completely different. Like we generally don't know. But
we know.
But I'm saying they put it in the advert on purpose, like
of course.
for us to be doing this kind of thing. So
I'm shocked though. I didn't think anyone.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
they're gonna position it away so we think.
Okay,
this is why everyone's gonna want to watch it anyway.
But he's not talking about his mother in that context. What else is he talking about? He's talking about his mother in comparison to his wife. It's simple.
Of course.
There's similarities there though, innit? Obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Why? Do you know what annoys me though? Yeah, why do like Piers Morgan, like Katie Hopkins, like why do their own hate them so much? Because they've decided to like, and like. You know how, you know what I've realised? You know how some people really take pride in being British?
Yeah.
Clearly, no one in this room is like that. But, sorry, Gav. But, what's it called?
I don't know why he done that. I don't know why he touched me.
They really find, like, they've taken offence to them, like, leaving and going to another country and, like...
What, Piers Morgan could have went to America?
No, like,
exactly.
haven't you seen that a lot of, like, they've got a lot of stick? Like, even didn't you see when she announced that she's, like, pregnant again, yeah?
Who?
Meghan Markle, they're having another baby, right? And
did you not know that?
No.
She did like a like a magazine cover, and that's how she kind of like revealed it.
Okay.
And then Piers was like it was so negative, like, oh, just in other words, just fuck off. Like no one cares that you're having another stupid baby, like in response to the picture.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, why are you so pressed? And that's why Giggs came out and said, you have to just let them go. Like, not everyone's your cup of tea, Piers. Like, come on. Like, if she don't fancy you, it's not that big of a deal.
Who said this?
Giggs. And then Piers blocked him.
Yeah,
on Twitter. Yeah.
I didn't realise that was the reason why.
Yeah, because he made a very, like, you know, like a bitter, like,
so what,
pressed.
Piers doesn't like Meghan because...
She's almost like vacated Britain.
He's made it
because
very...
of what her and Harry did, as in they left her family.
He's made it very vocal that he's never really liked her because they vacated. Because
I thought
Harry kind of panders
before that. Harry panders to who? Like,
and I think even like the whole racism stuff. Like, you know when people were talking about how like people are racist towards her.
Yeah,
he kind of just was like, no, it's not the case. We just don't like her, kind of thing.
Yeah, but why though?
Exactly. Like, what has she actually done?
Because she's responsible for turning his head, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are saying it's because you like her. Like,
oh, what, Piers likes her?
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
No, that's
Piers doesn't like her like that.
So what is it?
Oh, so you're saying that
you're
Piers
saying that
I'm asking you.
He's jealous that she's with Harry?
No, of course not.
No, not jealous.
But that's the running joke.
So
from Giggs.
So
I've seen it more than once though, not just from him. No.
So Piers is in the group of people who don't like Meghan for Harry, basically.
Yeah.
They prefer Harry to be with, what's Prince William's wife's name?
Yeah.
Camilla?
It's someone who doesn't remember the both.
Oh, okay.
Pippa.
Anyway, Pippa.
No. What's her name?
Wait, hold on.
Kate.
You're laughing at me.
Kate?
No, I know you're talking about the one that...
You mean, Pippa?
Yeah, I know, I'm joking, but I'm thinking.
Do you know why I remember that?
Yeah.
No, but you're annoying because you Papa laughed at me these times you came up with Pippa. Anyway.
So Piers would prefer Harry to be with a Kate Middleton type.
That's it.
So
I was
he's
gonna say Kate
so
Winslet, you know?
okay. I didn't realize that Piers was also opposed to Harry and Meghan's relationship. I was unaware.
A lot of people are apparently.
Because Piers doesn't strike me as that type of guy. But
wow, really?
No, Piers doesn't strike me as a racist.
You know what it is?
He doesn't. I know what you're
subtle,
saying.
mate.
I know
It's
it
subtle.
is.
I was gonna say, you know what it is though. Yeah, he picks and chooses though,
Yeah.
because he really picks and chooses when he wants to be on the fence. And when it came to that scenario, people were calling him out like you're proper like they were going at him saying that he's racist. And
you know
then,
what? Sorry. Go on. Now you go.
And didn't he even get at Stormzy? I'm sure him and Stormzy had a bit of
even Beyonce.
Yes. So he's had a lot of
Beyonce regarding what exactly?
What was it again?
Diva-ish behaviour.
Yeah. So he's been very vocal about like about certain things.
Yeah.
But then like more recently, what was it? The footballers. Like he was basically like, when he's come out and been like, oh, this is absurd. Like this is blatant racism in the industry. With like newspapers basically like using these headlines for like black players in comparison to white.
Like,
and people are like, oh, you're just trying to redeem yourself because you're a prick.
Okay.
But yeah.
You see, the thing is with Piers, he will push it, and just at the moment that you think he's racist, he does something to flip it back.
He's a great broadcaster.
He does something like where you're just like, actually, like you kind of like like him again. Afterwards.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, but I won't go that far.
All right, so let's
maybe not like, but
let's get into our
wins you over.
Conspiracy theorist bag. Yeah. Who in the room believes that Princess Diana was killed by the royal family, or do you believe it was a genuine car crash?
No, she was duppied.
Due to her being chased by the paparazzi.
Can I be honest? Because I've never really been a Princess Diana like fan.
Yeah.
Like I've never really like taken a lot of interest into like all of that stuff. It's just so anything I say is based on stuff I've heard from other people. I generally don't even have an opinion. And I don't care. And I don't mean it in a rude way. It's just
same.
I've just never really cared about it.
The thing is, I care, as in like I was not a fan, but she was endearing.
Did your mum cry?
She was a bit different. I think I cried.
Raw.
It's mad. I think I cried.
I didn't cry, but I remember the day. I remember I was in my room.
And I was looking at my mum.
I was
just sobbing.
Watching my TV.
Oh, I was sad. I don't know why.
I was like, Mum, did you see the news?
What year was that?
98, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
So I was like 9.
97, 98.
Yeah,
so,
at that time I wasn't even thinking about.
Is it safe to say these things on this podcast? Or is it,
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, Ross.
Obviously, no, because the Queen listens. The Queen's been listening for a while.
No, but we're not saying anything like this is just personal opinions, no?
Yeah.
Or what? It's not PC.
Yeah, I just don't know too much about it, to be honest.
Obviously not.
I don't know.
I said conspiracy theorists.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Because no one knows the truth. It's a rumor.
Yeah.
It's a.
I mean, because if you want to, get deeper into it, there's that whole what's his name, Fayad.
Is it the guy that she was dating?
Yeah, the guy that she was dating.
Yeah.
Arab. It's a bit
controversial. I heard all of that.
Yeah, because
do you know what I mean?
If you look at her whole stay with the royal family, obviously she was rumoured to be having affairs and dating all these different guys.
I don't know if she was having an affair. Were they broken up, her and
I'm sure
Charles?
I heard rumours of her having affairs and...
It doesn't count. He started it.
Yeah, no. Obviously, he had a whole affair with...
So do you not believe that then? Like, if someone starts an affair...
No,
No.
Tit for tat.
Let me land. Yeah.
Boss, land the plane!
If someone starts an affair, like, they started it. Like,
Yeah,
well, they
sorry.
did. Yeah.
Sorry. Let's say, for example, if you started an affair and then your missus cheats on you or like goes and does the same thing, it's like, it kind of counts as, it's not that deep.
Even.
Yeah,
even
is it like,
Stevens.
yeah.
It's
Nah,
even.
of course it's even, but it doesn't make it right.
But the relationship done though, because if
relationship
we're both cheating, why are we together?
Yeah, why are we together? Just keep going.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so no, obviously she had this, okay, cool. She was cheating or seeing all these different guys, the rugby guy, the actor guy, I can't remember all the names in it.
Oh yeah, the rugby guy.
Yeah, then she obviously, when they divorced, she started going out with Dodi Al-Fayed, who is Mohammed Al-Fayed's son, Muslim, Arab, da-da-da-da. So the way she was moving...
Richer than the royal family, are they? Do you reckon? Or richer than the royal family?
Most probably.
Yeah, I think so.
So obviously, the way she's moving wasn't really in line with, being a royal, being the mother of princes and da-da-da. So she was bringing the family
reckless
name
and unruly
into disrepute, so to speak. So because of that, the rumor is that they got her killed, didn't it? That's what I'm hearing in the streets.
You know what I realised? I could never...
So how do you reckon they done it? Sorry, but how do you reckon they done it? Do you reckon they tail-ended her? Or do you reckon the driver, because did the driver survive or did he die?
I'm not sure about the particulars.
I don't know.
About the drivers or who else survived.
Yeah, but you have to. If you're gonna say it's one way or another, you need to get into the details. Let's
do our research then.
So what am I gonna do? Type in, did Princess Diana's driver
Did the driver, yeah, because...
So you're saying, so you're saying if the driver died, that means that it wasn't on purpose.
He could have just been collateral though.
Exactly, collateral damage, my friend.
Like, you know how sometimes
suicide bomber.
No, but you know, for example,
Do Brits have that? Do we have that?
No. But what I'm saying is, you know how like when we watch films, and like you order a hit on someone, there's always people that get caught in the crossfire, and no one really cares about them. It's like it's a driver, not. I'm not trying to.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but
so
they're a bit part in the bigger picture. Is what you're saying.
They could look at him. Damage. Yeah, they could look at him and think, it's only him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's easily replaceable or whatever. Like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. So what, are we trying to find the research before we carry on or what?
No, keep going, innit?
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. I didn't say what side I'm on.
Yeah, okay, so what side are you on then?
I was 1997.
I'm swaying towards she got killed on purpose. I'm swaying there, if I'm honest. I don't have any facts. I don't have any proof. I have nothing. But
it's just drama. You just want to think that because it's drama. It's just an exciting.
Oh, they all died. Her partner and...
Yeah, no, I know.
I didn't even know he was in there.
I know a partner died.
But so did the driver died. The driver died.
No, because, no. The driver of whose car? Of Princess Diana's car.
Yeah. Driver Henry Paul and Diana's boyfriend, Dodie Fire.
I thought you were referring to the car that they crashed into.
They didn't crash into the car. They crashed into the pillar.
Is that so? Your question is void then.
How is it void? I'm saying
I thought
if you think they're killed, then
no. I thought you were asking me. The driver of the other car who tail-ended them, did he die? That's what I thought you were asking me.
I'm not saying they got tail-ended, but I'm saying if you think they were killed, then how were they killed? Did the driver of the car she was in drive into the pillar? Or did someone tail-end her?
Sorry. I misheard what you meant.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't believe the driver of her car was a part of the ruse to kill her. I think it was the driver of the car that tail-ended her.
But there was no tail-ending.
Okay, whatever happened there. Tail-end, crashed into, whatever happened... The driver of the other car, however the accident happened, he was the hitman, basically.
Was there another car?
Gavin.
Was there another car? I didn't know there was.
No. Okay, from my memory, they were getting chased by paparazzi.
Yeah, but...
So they were getting chased by numerous cars, maybe 1 or 2 cars.
Okay, yeah. I didn't realise... Yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't realise there was another car in the accident.
So you're basically
Fun fact,
saying...
in 98, I went to France and I actually went
97.
through
that same tunnel?
No, in 98 I went.
Oh.
So I drove through the same...
Wait, what episode was it when we were... And someone was like, yeah, me too. We're like, you went to France?
No, but they were trying to mock me, innit?
Yeah.
No, I actually know.
Oh, it was you? Okay.
It was me, my mum and my mum's cousin. And he was like... He said, yeah, this is the tunnel where Princess Diana died. That's the France Stadium over there. France 98.
I hear that.
Sorry, Carol.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a bit extreme for me. It's a bit extreme.
Why?
It's more likely that she had an accident.
Why? Why is it more likely?
Because why did they need to kill her?
The world isn't... Do you think the world is so black and white?
No, you know what?
I do, man.
You know why?
I just don't think I just don't think they need to go to...
No, they do, man.
No, what I'm trying to say is, for what she done, they could have just like... They didn't have to kill her. They didn't have to kill her.
Yeah.
She's not...
Gavin, there's bare people who didn't have to kill... They didn't have to kill Martin. They didn't have to kill Malcolm. They didn't have to kill Biggie. They didn't have to kill Tupac, but they did.
Who? What are you talking about?
Humans.
No, but what I'm trying... Okay, so listen, let's put things into perspective.
No, I'm not saying all those were conspiracies.
Okay,
I'm saying
cool.
They,
no.
didn't have to
but
kill.
You can't use them as examples.
Why not?
Okay, cool.
Okay,
so listen.
Okay, cool. But the notion is that Malcolm X or
what were they
Martin
doing?
King were assassinated.
Okay, agreed.
Right?
Agreed. Mm-hmm. But they weren't doing the same things Diana was doing. Diana
JFK assassinated, right?
But they had narrative, like they were speaking about something that was going against status quo. Yeah. Diana wasn't really.
And what does that mean?
It means that they didn't need to go to the extremes of killing her.
But that's your... Okay, cool. You don't believe they could, but
do you know what
the Queen and whoever believed that was just cause.
Maybe it's because I've watched too many films.
You're just trying to play devil's advocate.
Gav, you're
trying to play devil's advocate.
You're putting your morality and your beliefs into her head. Oh, because you don't believe it was a good enough reason, then therefore it never happened. No.
It's 100% a good enough reason. They're bringing dispute to the bloody crown.
Exactly. Exactly.
Death.
He's trying to act like because he doesn't believe it's justified, that means it didn't happen.
No, that's not how it works.
No, I don't.
Brent's like, no, sir.
No. I don't think it's. I think it's extreme. I think it's extreme.
Yeah,
100% is extreme.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think they would have needed to go. I don't think they would have needed to go to that extreme in order to shut her up.
Yeah.
Or in order to show that they weren't for the way she was behaving.
But you know why they? No,
She wasn't blood relative. It wasn't like she was disrespecting them. They could have easily disassociated themselves with her without having to kill her because she wasn't a blood relative.
But the nation loved her.
Yeah, but it's
so this is the thing.
So they could have spun it media wise. They could spin these things media wise.
No.
You know what it is? I think it's one of those things.
And they tried to spin it media wise. Did you watch the Netflix documentary? That's straight facts.
What's it called?
The Crown, I believe. On Princess Diana.
The Crown's the series.
Yeah, but the series covered the Princess Diana.
I ain't got that far in it. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, G, go on.
Go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like maybe it's because I've watched too many films, but I've seen too many films where there's people that don't need to be killed or where they make it seem as if it's an accident. Because remember, with an accident, then there's no kind of like, you can't really point the blame that easily. So it's an easy way. Yes, it's extreme, but formulating a car accident, it's a car accident. Like, what happens then after that? And it's not impossible.
Yeah.
You're right.
Do you understand what
it's
I mean?
Not impossible.
You can...
And I wouldn't put anything past... Like, I've seen everything, innit? Like, whether I've been around to see it or I'm, in retrospect, watching documentaries, JFK, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I just don't believe that one. Put it that way. I just don't. JFK, cool. He was pushing a narrative going against the agenda, the status quo.
Yeah.
You could see that he was a problem to FBI, etc., etc. Malcolm X, same thing.
Yeah.
No, he was just black.
Huh? He was just
black.
No, but I mean, he was doing serious things.
She had the ears of the nation. Do you understand?
But she wasn't speaking. She wasn't doing anything specific.
What do you mean?
She was.
Diana wasn't. What was she doing?
She was traveling with.
She was doing philanthropy galore.
Yeah,
but I'm saying she
and every time she had an interview, she would say something that...
She wasn't creating any movements, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, 100% she was.
What are you talking about?
Okay, what is there something I missed? What movement was she? What movement was she starting? Cool, I haven't seen that. Let me not speak then.
I haven't seen the documentary, but I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Yeah, but
so what are you saying?
Why does she have to? Why does she have to create
energy eager man?
Yes, energy eager man. No, watch it tomorrow.
First for knowledge. Go on.
No, but
he said I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Why are you lot? No, sorry, not you.
It's just really interesting how eager you are to watch it.
No, because I'm interested in it.
Yeah, same me.
No, what I'm gonna say is, why does she have to have a movement? This ain't fucking Dipset, bro. Like she can move on her own and still have an impact, bro. You know what I mean? You mean no? Of course she can't move by herself.
Yeah, she was.
There was no serious movement she was implementing.
No.
I'm not going for that. Like Malcolm X, yes. Martin Luther King, yes.
Why
JFK.
you mention these two niggas? I don't understand.
Because he said
No, I brought it up as an example of, because he was like, oh, but why did they have to kill her? I said, why did they have to kill Malcolm? Why did they have to kill Martin? Why did they have to kill Biggie? Why did they have to kill Tupac?
Bro, like,
6 9 no, 6 9 dead.
Why do you have to grab me so hard, man?
Bro, unhand me, man.
He said unhand. Unhand me. Okay.
I mean, look, you see the thing is with me, I don't like to go, it's weird. I don't know, I can't explain it.
Yeah, but you believe the earth is flat, so
I was going to say that.
It's not that, it's just, you know what it is?
Friend,
I like to rein in. I'm not. I like to rein in the conspiracy theories, and I'll be like, all right, cool. We can go there in terms of what we're trying to think, but let's apply logic and then get there. Let's not just say, oh, they're just gonna kill her for this. Like, come on, like, where's the logic? Like, they could have spun it in so many other different ways.
You're assuming that everyone's logical, bro.
Was it Dodi Fayed?
No, but we're logical. So I'm saying let us discuss it and get there.
And remember, we don't know all the ins and outs, what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what's really going on between the Queen and...
There were bare rumours and whispers.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on, bro.
And his father owned...
Harrods, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously influenced this, that, and the next. Arab money is Arab money. So
do you reckon his dad is just going to allow that to happen? Yeah, like the monarchy just kill off my son.
So what, his dad's going to do
100%.
Kill the Queen in retaliation?
There was a rumour that he even gave the nod.
Why?
In order to keep your holdings in Harrods. Boom.
Swear down.
Yes.
He's an Arab. He don't need Harrods, bro.
Sacrifice. Wait, did you hear that?
Calm down.
You said sacrifice.
Mohammed al-Fayed sacrificed his son
you want to clap that out?
to keep Harrods.
You want to clap that out?
Why?
What?
He was an Arab. He doesn't need money.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's leave it in.
We'll clap it out.
No, leave it in. Leave it in.
No, clap that if you want. I don't know. You're whatever. He's an Arab. What?
Wait. I don't know what he said that was bad. What did he say that was bad?
He said he's an Arab. He doesn't need money. Obviously, it's very...
Oh, is that in the same vein as when...
If you say anti-Semitic, if you say, Jewish people are rich, they'll say it's... That's
you know what?
That's a form of anti-Semitism.
I'll leave it
isn't
in.
it?
Let's see what
You know what it is, Brent? Let me be honest with you. Nobody heard that but you.
No,
that's the bad thing about this. That's the bad thing about
I
this.
guess that's why he's here. But
But I'm sure we forget it. Anyway, this
yeah, no, clap it out.
I'm sure we said West.
Weird.
Yeah, Arab, he doesn't need any money.
Yeah, but
Okay, Brent.
hold on. Are you hearing this new piece of information? That Mohammed Al-Fayed was complicit in the death of his son.
That's what the
keep
rumors
Harrods.
were. That's what the
sick.
rumors were.
You love it. Look at you.
Harrods.
You're
Harrods,
messy. He's messy.
Harrods and Fulham FC.
That's all he wanted to hang on to, isn't
The
it?
fucking Craven Cottage, you know. Man wanted to keep the Craven Cottage alive.
Yeah.
If that's true, that's mad.
Because he loved the position that he was in the bourgeoisie class.
So he's ready
Does he
to
still
just
own it now?
off his child for that.
Because even with like, this is going off on another conspiracy, but even like you said, Muhammad sacrificed his son, whatever. I hear like whispers about Puff. Because if you look at his life and people who've passed away,
What, he sacrificed Biggie?
Not Biggie, but
So why? Okay, see, I've heard he sacrificed Biggie.
I've
did
heard
you?
Biggie. I've heard Kim Porter. I've heard
Ooh.
Oh, what is it?
I've heard conspiracy theories. No,
Of course.
I mean,
Weird.
because if you look at what people say, if you look at Diddy's life here, and obviously his life has always been on an upwards trajectory,
Yeah.
and obviously not only people who've passed away, but if you look at the life of like Mace or G-Dep or Black Rob or Loon, and they've all
Shine.
it's prison. Mace became a pastor. Loon went to Islam. G-Dep is in prison because he went to confess to a murder
that
he committed 20 years ago.
yeah.
Black Rob, I can't remember, I think he's in prison as well. Like everyone's life kind of just went down the drain. Shine went to prison for Path, but he's always Biggie died.
That was reckless.
But he's the
But
one that's
people say-
always
people-
untouched and clean. So it's like, I mean, how?
People say that though, innit? People
Yeah.
say that in order
I
to
don't
achieve
believe
a
it.
certain level of success,
Yeah.
there needs to be some level of sacrifice.
Yeah.
But that's just black people that say that. I'm sorry, but we can clap that. But it's true because it's like, why can't we get to a certain level of success without having
Yeah, of course,
to
of
like
course,
sell
of
ourselves
course.
to the devil or being in some secret society? Do you know how limiting those
I'll
that,
be honest,
that type of
I
belief is?
don't believe the whole Puffy thing, but it's just an interesting narrative.
Have you watched the Biggie?
Yeah,
I've got
watched
a
it.
story
I
to
want to
tell.
watch it.
watch it, yeah.
I want to watch it.
Do
It's
you?
good still, it's all right.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So when I was watching it, I did think, it was a question. I was like, do you think Biggie and do you think Puffy basically like benefited off Biggie's death?
A million percent.
Like, do you believe they were as close as he he's portrayed it to be?
Yeah, I believe that.
And do you feel like he's made a lot of financial gain from Biggie's death? Like,
He has, but not because he wanted to.
okay.
Yeah.
He has because Biggie was his artist and he had Biggie's music.
Yeah.
Biggie was signed to his label. So as a result of Biggie's death, he still put out a post. What's the word when you post it? Post-mortem? Whatever that word is.
What word?
It's
There's a word
Posthumous,
that means,
innit?
Yeah, posthumous.
yeah,
Posthumous.
posthumous.
What does it mean?
It means like after you're dead,
Like after you death.
post death, basically.
Yeah, like post-death. So if I release an album after my death, this is my
Okay.
posthumous album, or however you pronounce it.
Oh, right. Never heard of it before.
So
Brent is cold.
remember,
Sorry.
Diddy
Thanks.
benefited financially from Biggie when he was alive. So nothing would have changed when he passed away. So I don't believe that it was like a... Okay,
That
cool.
tune was massive though. That tune dedicated to Biggie. That's Puffy's
Yeah.
biggest tune, no?
What,
Because-
missing you?
Yeah.
Remember, Biggie is worth more alive than dead to Puffy. So
Of course.
why would Puffy want him dead? Or why
Not
would
No,
necessarily.
I'm not saying that he wanted him
Not
dead.
necessarily.
But also, question.
Because he doesn't need
question.
to split the money with anyone.
What do you mean?
His family, no? He's got
He
kids.
doesn't
He's got
have
two
to.
kids.
But I'm
If
sure...
Biggie's alive, he would have had to give Biggie majority of the money,
But
no?
I'm sure in Biggie's will,
That's what I'm saying.
contract,
Family.
and-
There's no way. His
Trust me,
mum.
No, he might not have. That's the whole point.
But you've never heard any whispers throughout the years
Mr.
from
Conspiracy theorists.
from Miss Wallace or anyone saying that Diddy hasn't given them money or given them
NDAs,
Biggie's
bro.
share.
Sure.
Yeah, NDAs after being handed some peas.
Look, you just said that Muhammad Al-Fayed just killed off his son. So what? Miss Wallace can, take a couple P's to keep it on the tank.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's the whole point. She took peas.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
But guys,
Yeah.
let's talk about this. Do you think, that if Biggie and Tupac were still alive,
Yeah,
do you think they would be as legendary as they have been?
That's a good question.
Yes, because they were already legendary.
It's hard. It's hard. Let's look. Sometimes,
I'm talking about
Def,
this
Def
level
can
of-
sometimes sum up something in a perfect way that life, because you never know. Like Tupac could have went down a route of drug abuse. I mean, let's be honest. He probably wouldn't have. Yeah.
No.
The chances are he didn't.
No, but it's a possibility. Okay,
possibility.
Look, if you look at someone like DMX,
Because
Exactly.
DMX is literally the example I wanted to give you guys. Because I believe that DMX, if he didn't have such a a madness,
with drugs and jail
I
and
think
stuff.
he would have been. I still think he's legendary, but that's because I really like him as an artist.
Yeah.
But I feel like his name would definitely be like in conversations.
with
The
the
way,
great.
Because remember, Tupac was already a legend.
Yeah, he
by the
was
time
already
passed
a
away.
legend.
He had already lived 8 lives.
He was the biggest artist in the
By the age
world.
of 25, from going to prison, from moving to death row,
Yeah.
from
Being an actor.
like he already, his life was already a movie, innit?
Yeah. But he could have ruined it.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, the thing
which
is,
is why I'm asking.
no.
Because
If you die at a certain point, then you've got nothing to ruin because
Exactly.
your legacy is
No,
cemented.
of
So
course.
of course, there's a possibility his career might have went down the drain.
Yeah.
Who knows
But I
where it would
guess-
have ended up?
no, but
we don't know.
of course.
But it's a good hypothetical.
Because I just want to know, like, do you think they would
Do you
have
re-
been
that's a
as
good
big as
hypothetical.
they are? Because obviously, some people might argue and say better rappers have come since. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That's hard to argue though, because
Tupac's bigger than just a rapper though. That's what it is.
no, of course.
You're not comparing him with his
in
music.
terms of Biggie, there aren't that many rappers better than him still,
Yeah, true.
in my opinion.
True.
Do you know what I really enjoyed about the documentary? When you know how a lot of people, when they say that when they first heard Biggie, his flow was different to everybody else's at the time,
Yeah.
because you had like Big Daddy Kane and all them,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he came
yeah.
with a completely different like vibe.
Yeah.
Then when you see his like neighbor, who was like a jazz artist,
Yeah.
talking about how he taught him to rap to the beats of the drum,
Yeah.
Like the swing.
which is
the way
why
he swings on it.
which is why his flow was different to everybody else.
Yeah.
I thought that's genius.
That's
like,
dope. Yeah.
yeah.
Biggie's next level.
And also, if you look at, for example, Jay, and how he's managed to kind of stay relevant and
Yeah.
move into business, and who knows, Biggie and Pac might have taken that same path, going to business. Who knows?
I just don't
what
think
type
they
of
had the
endeavors.
mindset. Jay-Z always had the mindset. Think about
You
it.
don't know that though.
But think about it. So he tried to sign, like he had to sign himself, like he had to create a record deal,
Who?
a record label, Jay-Z.
Yeah,
That's just like
yeah, but
Pac wasn't thinking like that.
It don't mean that you
Pac
can't
was
think
getting signed.
Yeah,
He
but
wasn't thinking
It
entrepreneurial.
don't mean your mind can't change into that later on.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm saying I don't think that would have necessarily stopped Jay-Z from becoming the person
No,
he is.
I didn't say that.
Okay. So,
No. The thing is, everyone's existence
Mm.
is going to affect others. Yeah. So if Pac and Big were alive,
yeah.
let's use Nas and Jay-Z for example. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
their careers may not have gone down this same route or same path because it's like it's basically science. For example,
It's
if I never met Gina,
a theory. It's like a possibility, but
If-
then it might have.
no, hear me out. If I didn't meet Gina,
Mm.
then from the point where, just say when me and Gina met that day, if we never met that day, then our lives would have been completely different
Like,
because this
we might
would
not
not
have-
have happened.
Yeah.
No, but it
yeah,
might.
yeah.
No, not necessarily, because it still might have happened, but just in a different way.
It
So
might
I
have
don't-
or it may
'cause-
not have.
Yeah, exactly. But you said it might.
Yeah.
You like literally was like,
Yeah.
this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
and I'm
because
It
saying,
probably wouldn't
No,
happen in this
because-
exact way.
Because there's a higher possibility that it wouldn't have happened.
You might be doing a podcast on
no, but then
Wednesdays,
what I'm saying is
Thursdays
there's
instead of
other ways that
Wednesdays.
we
It
could
might
have
be
met.
something
No,
like that.
that's too much of a small difference.
No, what I'm saying is we could have definitely crossed paths,
Yeah.
just in a different way,
Yeah.
which still could have led
to
this outcome.
Yeah,
though.
no,
Yeah.
it could have.
All right.
Good point.
Who was rapping around the same time as Biggie and Pac?
Nas, Mobb Deep,
Deep, Jay-Z, Wu-Tang.
Snoop.
100%. So when you look at them today,
Yeah.
what have they done with themselves?
Pretty much the same thing.
Nas and Jay, obviously, they're very
They
much
just minded, right?
into business right
Yeah,
now.
what?
Wu-Tang, depends who you're looking at. If you're looking at RZA, business, movies, scores, but the majority of people who are rapping at that time are they're just retired and they're just done.
All right. So what factors do you think would have slowed the growth
Yeah.
of Biggie and Pac that you feel as though that hypothetical was a good hypothetical?
I reckon what would slow their growth if they never grew and adapted musically.
But bear in mind, we're talking about Biggie and Pac.
Yeah,
Forget Pac. Biggie, because
Yeah.
Pac was a bit more than just
yeah,
a rapper. He was
Yeah.
an entertainer,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And an actor and whatnot.
yeah.
So he would have gone on.
So what
to
you're
that
saying,
whole
that external
entrepreneurial spirit.
factors? What other
Yeah,
external
tell
factors?
me, because
Yeah, I mean, Pat could have went jail again, like the way he was moving.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, there's not many. You're right.
Okay,
Like,
if
they
you look
probably would have continued their trajectory. Like,
If you look at different factors that affected other people's careers, yeah, you can use DMX as an example, whatever. Drugs, alcohol, jail,
mental health.
If you look at how many rappers have been caught with guns, T.I. been in and out of prison, Wayne's been in prison, so gun charges, whatever charge you could have caught. Joel just went in prison not too long ago.
But the same could have been for those rappers that you just mentioned just now. Nas, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Who else?
Snoop.
Snoop?
Yeah, Snoop.
But look at Snoop.
Yeah.
But I just feel as though Biggie had just too much in his bloody love.
Yeah, they both had too much.
No, but I'm on your side.
That guy was ahead of his time.
Yeah, I think when you're a force of nature the way these guys were, and just the way anyone is, whether you're in business, whether you're just extraordinary in what you do, I don't think there's many things that is going to slow.
They'll continue to evolve.
Yeah, I don't think there's many things that will slow your trajectory. Like, it might not happen the way it happens
now.
there, there and then.
Yeah.
Like, you probably wouldn't be on the podcast today speaking about this subject on this day, blah blah blah. But if this is what you're meant to do, this is what you're meant to do.
End up being
it's inevitable. Like, your path's already written. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, no. If it's a case of, I hear what you're saying, but
Do you know what I mean?
But it's like, okay, cool. If everyone in this room now,
You're doing some John Nash thing. You're doing some
hear me out.
A Beautiful Mind, like Game Theory.
No, but it's
like,
true though.
this
Alright, cool.
happened,
Hear me out. If everyone in this room didn't go to the secondary school they went to a different secondary school, how different would your life be now? It'll be different. I'm not saying it'll be totally different, but every decision you make at every point in your life,
it brings a different outcome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gav, it's true.
Minute, bro.
But
it may not be minute.
No. But this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. It could go either way because I actually agree with Gavin in the sense of if it's what you're meant to do, you're gonna end up here regardless of regardless of how you got there.
It wasn't meant to. Okay, let's just say I'm a star footballer as a kid. Yeah, that's my destiny. That's my goal. No matter what school I go to, no matter where I live, no matter what I do, I'm always on that path of being a footballer. That's my forward thinking trajectory.
If it's what you're meant to do.
I don't mean in that sense. I mean the little nuances of life changing. So,
like the college you went to or what you studied at university.
Exactly. Because remember, even talking about school, whatever, the friends you meet, that changes things as well. What you studied in uni, everything, all the little choices take you down little roads, bro.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you change one of those things, it kind of changes the outcome.
I don't think it changes the outcome. It might change the route.
Or it changes.
It might change the route.
It changes the journey a bit.
Changes the journey, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Your destination might always be the same.
But sometimes it could take you on a different path.
So you believe in fate? Is that what you're saying?
Do I believe in fate?
Sorry, Gavin.
Sorry, let me come. Oh yeah.
Your life is predestined, pre-chosen. You have no free will.
No. I believe in free will. I believe in free will, but I believe. I believe in free will, but I believe that you still arrive at a certain.
All right, hear me out.
Pause.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Oh, two different. I'm gonna make this up on the fly. Yeah. There's one scenario. Yeah. All right. There's two. Okay. You've just finished secondary school. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're choosing what college to go to.
I know what you're saying.
College A, college B. Yeah. College A. You went to college. You met a girl. Yeah. Because you chose this college, you met this girl. If you didn't go to this college, you wouldn't have met this girl, innit? You got this girl pregnant. You became a father at 18. You had a second child. Life got rough. You were working a job to manage financially. Because of the stress, you dropped out of college. Life just went down that road. Okay, cool. I didn't choose college A. I chose college B. I didn't meet that girl. There wasn't even girls for me here. I focused on my studies. I got straight A's in my A-levels. Went on to uni, smashed it, boom. What I'm trying to say is, the choices you make in life depicts your future.
Yeah.
So you're saying,
very true.
So come on, man.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's not a difficult concept to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm trying to explain to him, but he's battling me, innit?
No, I'm not battling you. I'm not battling you completely, but I'm saying that it's a wild hypothetical because you can also argue that the choices you make in some areas wouldn't be as significant as you're describing. So
yeah, of course. The thing is, you never know the significance of any choice you make here, but I'm saying there's always a difference, isn't it?
Yeah. No, there's a difference. Like, there are, like, little nuances, like, maybe you might have...
You like that word, isn't it?
Yeah, have I said it a few times?
Because
Yeah, cut a couple out.
if you think of any bad thing that happened in your life, maybe whether it be a car crash or a fight or someone got stabbed, if you think about the route that took you there that day, if you would have took a different route that day, as in just a different, your day was different, for example. Just to say I had a crash, I had a car crash. Yeah. If I didn't drive that way or go to that place on that day, then I wouldn't have crashed my car. So the choices I made prior to that incident, depicted the outcome of that day.
So do you, so if that's the case, do you think, what am I trying to say? So do you think that, everything that's happened to you, you're in complete control of, if that makes sense? You're navigating it and you're in complete control of, or do you think, does that make sense?
It's a hard one to answer because I believe in God, innit?
Yeah.
So and I believe that God knows what's gonna happen to me.
He knows, but he's not controlling. Or do you believe that he's controlling?
He's not showing me until I get there. So it's like, okay, cool. My life has been written, but only God knows that my life is written, and He knows my story and my path. I don't know it, so I'm just living my life step by step. So it doesn't matter that it's written. I don't know it yet. God knows my story, not me. So I believe that my life is written and that what's meant to be will be, but I don't know what that is. So I'm just living through it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're basically living your life looking to discover what God already knows.
Basically. Because I believe God knows my outcome.
Yeah.
So what do you believe? Do you believe that everybody in jail, they were always going to find themselves in jail?
No, I think you are a victim of your choices. Or not a victim, but you're you are where you are because of your choices. Yeah, definitely. But I also believe that God knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But He's given us free will. So we're able to make the choices that we feel is best. Although God knows what's going to eventually happen, He's not dictating what's going to happen. He's given us free will, if that makes sense.
Do you guys also, what is your take on this here? God knows your story and whatever is going to happen has been written. However, you choose how you get there.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So your destiny, whatever's meant to happen to you is going to happen to you regardless. Yeah. But you have the free will and the choice to decide how you get there.
Yeah. So let's just say there's an end point here, and there's 4 branches.
Yeah.
That could get you to that end point.
Yeah. And they're all going to take you.
I don't believe that the end point is going to be the same.
God puts you here, and you got to basically choose what path you're going to take to get to
But it all gets to the same. Nah, I don't believe that.
Because that just means that God has chosen your life.
Yeah, He's already chosen it. And that's not free will. Yeah. I don't believe that. So I believe that all 4 branches, all 4 routes lead to completely different things.
Yeah.
But He knows the one that you're going to take, but you don't.
It's irrelevant whether He knows it or not.
No, because then if you're
It's
saying
irrelevant.
God's...
It doesn't matter.
No,
So-
but I'm saying if you're saying that you
He's
believe
giving
that
you free
God's...
will.
This might sound mad here, but then it's
You
like...
know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I believe that I believe in predestination.
Yeah.
So obviously God doesn't exist in time as we know it, right? So He can see our end even from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So He knows what we would choose.
Yeah.
But we still are given the choice.
Free will.
He just knows what we will choose.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the significance of Him knowing?
You know what? Okay, hear me out,
To us.
Hear me out.
and just in general.
This is mad, but this conversation is...
To who though?
To us, because that's all.
There's definitely what I want to say, but it might sound crazy. This might sound weird, but it's like, cool. What's in it for him? Does that make sense? Like, if he...
And why is it a him, anyway?
Oh, let's not get into this. It's a him.
Flat Earth, man.
I told you, flat Earth.
Oh, you believe God is a guy as well?
No, but I'm asking,
Okay, no. This might sound stupid, innit? But it's like, okay, cool. I'm God, and I've created this universe, whatever.
Yeah.
If He knows the path of every human being that He created, it's like, what is the purpose of it then? Does that make sense? Because it's like playing a game and knowing the ending.
That's not the most mind-boggling question you can ask.
Then what is?
It's who created God? Where did He come from?
He disappeared, bro. That's all it is.
What does that mean?
He disappeared.
What does that mean?
Ask your
It's all
question again,
finite
Yus.
minds. It's all finite minds.
Ask your question
fantastic.
again. Sorry, I didn't comprehend.
Why basically? What does He get from it?
Yeah, what does God
Is it a
gain
game?
from knowing our
it's Saw.
destiny? like this might sound stupid, but wouldn't it be more fun for him not to know what's going to happen with us?
Nah, right, you are. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Nah,
when he starts talking about aliens and stuff, he starts like,
sorry.
You grips the man.
Sorry.
Nah, Yusuff, unhand him. About unhand.
No, what I mean is, wouldn't it be more fun for him to not know what's going to happen
you're
to us?
really in your bag.
So he's.
I mean,
No,
I
but
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and I'm gonna have a stab at it. So I don't think it's like what am I trying to say? So we're like his children, yeah?
Yeah.
And you know that you've created something, and the thing that you've created is like can literally change the world, yeah, or just change the environment, yeah?
Yeah.
You want these people to recognize their ability and how powerful they are, so it can make you proud of your creation.
But if he already knows all this, then he's
no, but he wants you to recognize it for yourself.
No, but he knows you're going to recognize it. Apparently, well, not apparently, but we believe.
No, but you don't. You won't.
No,
not everyone does.
Okay, yeah, not everyone believes. I'm not talking.
Not everyone believes. Not everyone does recognize their potential.
This convo is not for non-believers, not in a bad way. But obviously, if you don't believe in God, then you won't resonate with the conversation.
No, I'm not saying there's a difference between a non-believer and there's a person that, and there's a difference between some people that don't recognize their potential.
Yeah,
that's different. So you can believe in God and still not fulfill your potential in life.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? But you're saying this conversation is not for non-believers. It's not about whether you're a non-believer or not. It's about whether you're going to fulfill your potential or not. Does that make sense?
No.
Why?
I don't get how we got here.
What do you mean?
About fulfilling your potential. I don't see how we got here.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. That's what I feel God's purpose is. I'm saying that he's created us and he wants us to fulfill our potential because that's going to create...
Yeah, but he already knows that we're going to fulfill it or not, though. That's what I'm saying. So if God knows, if Gavin...
No, I don't...
Yeah, because you don't believe that he... Okay, cool. Because you're a different train of thought. If I believe that God knows if I'm going to fulfill my potential or not, then he's just watching me do what he knows I'm going to do. Is what I'm saying, innit?
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Do you get
what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like... Okay, what's in it for you then? If you know exactly what I'm going to do, it sounds stupid, doesn't it? I know it sounds stupid, but it's just a question.
No, it don't sound stupid. I know what you're saying.
Interesting question, though.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. You're saying like, what's the purpose if he already knows whether you're going to?
Yeah, and obviously I can't question God's will or whatever he wants to do, but it's like, okay, cool. As a human being, if you're thinking about just how the mind works, okay, I've created something, but I already know what's going to happen to it, so I'm just watching it play out the way I know it's going to play out.
I don't think it's like that.
No, I know it's not like that, but I'm just trying to... Anyway,
I know what you're saying.
It's a hard thing to describe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know what I'm trying to say, but maybe I'm not articulating it right, innit?
So when you have children, what's in it for you? If they grow up to be...
I don't know their destiny, though. I don't know their path.
No.
I don't think God knows our destiny.
No, hold on, go back to your question. If I have a child, I'm not God. I have no idea how my child's life's going to end.
You've created life.
Yeah.
Right? And you're motivated to make sure that this creation has the best
of course,
chance at living.
Yeah.
Right? What's in it for you?
Because that's my child. I want to help nurture you, and I want to give you the tools it takes for you to nurture and grow and to be the best you can be.
Yeah, but what's the ultimate gain though, or the ultimate objective?
Because so
they can be the best contributor to the world that they can be.
As a father, I want my child to be the best human being they can be. So I want to give you the tools, the knowledge, the know-how to help you on that journey. Difference between me and God is I don't know how the journey is going to end. So for me, it's exciting because I'm watching my child in life. I have no idea what's going to happen at every single turn. So it's like, but with God, you know exactly what's going to happen. So it's like you're just watching this thing you created just play out the way you know it's going to play out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Does it help you if you reduce your particular idea of how powerful or how all-knowing God is?
Yeah, that's
listen,
because you're putting a lot of expectation on the fact that he knows. Like, why would he give you free will if he knew how things are going to play out? Maybe God doesn't know how things are going to play out. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe he wants you to make a choice and to discover his glory or his divine purpose for you, and he wants you to be able to, I guess, navigate your way through this world and choose. Yeah,
but then maybe that's
the right path.
Okay, maybe because the beauty is in our self-discovery. He knows it, but we don't know it. So maybe that's it. Like, obviously, because he gets to see us discover our paths and
it's a surprise for him, right?
oh yeah, you're right. See, it's so confusing.
I'm just really intrigued at how you're really like
on this.
Yeah.
What is Yus never really like
no, but it's just
had this kind of conversation before?
no, it's just really interesting. He's really like, come on, he grabbed you, like he's really in his bag.
Yeah, but okay, forget it.
No, I'm not saying forget it. I'm just
in your bag,
I'm
man.
just interested.
No, but I'm just going around in circles at this point. Like,
yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing
I
about
guess
these
that's
types
why
of
when
conversations.
you like answering what came first, the chicken.
yeah,
or the
because
egg.
obviously I'm a human being. I can't be questioning God's intention or His will. So it's like I've thought about this before. If I'm honest with you, but who am I to start asking why is God doing what He's doing? Why is God? What's I mean? That's a pointless question because you never have the answer to that. You know what I mean?
How do you feel your life would be like if you didn't believe in a higher deity? Because one,
I wouldn't have any moral.
I'll be an absolute menace.
Bruv.
really,
Would you?
Yeah.
really, because you believe in a higher deity right now,
No, but
and some people would say that you are.
But
Absolute
you were
menace.
raised by a person
Okay.
that believes in a higher deity. innit?
I'm not an absolute menace. Okay, cool.
Some people would say that though,
Yeah, some people
based
say I'm-
on their
Yeah.
life.
For example, compared to you, I'm an absolute menace, of course.
No, at all.
Because remember, you're saying if I wasn't born into a religious family.
Yeah.
So obviously, if I wasn't born into a religious family, I'm not saying my parents would have been heathens if they weren't religious. I'm not saying that, but a part of my morality and my integrity and my standards and the way I live my life is down to religion. So if I never had that, I understand that you think I'm a menace regardless. I get it. But I'm not a menace, Brent.
I didn't say that, and I don't think that.
So-
what I was saying is, there are people who are atheists who
Yeah.
don't believe in God,
Yeah.
or their gods aren't up there. It
Yeah.
might be pop culture or
Yeah.
this, that, and the next, right? And yet, you meet them and you'll come across as well-grounded, morally sound, ethical individuals,
Yeah.
and they don't have a high.
Yeah, you're right.
you
You're right.
know?
You're right. Yeah. So okay, cool. Let me not misspeak in it. It's not my actions in life aren't only depicted by religion. So let me not act like they are, but I just know for myself that religion is one of the reasons why, even though you think I'm a menace, that I don't think I'm that bad, and I may be a bit off the rails. Not off the rails. That's a strong word.
Went from a prefect.
I'm not sure how
off
to
the
describe it.
rails.
Let's just say I might be a bit badder if I wasn't religious, maybe. That's the way I'll put it. Even though
Or because you want to be, or just because of lack of
no, because it is.
discipline.
There's certain things, even though I do certain things I shouldn't do, there's certain things I don't do
Because
of my upbringing, like how my parents. It's not only religion; it's cultural upbringing as well. So I am the way I am because of how my parents raised me, from a religious standpoint and from a cultural standpoint, and obviously the discipline they gave me, the teachings that molded me into who I am. If I never had all those factors, so if you take away one, okay, take away religion, the culture's still there. So that would have kept me grounded to a certain degree. So it's hard to say what would have turned me into an absolute maniac. Like I don't think anything would have, because that's not who I am as a person, regardless of anything else.
Yeah.
But it's I can't say I wouldn't be a bit more wayward in this direction if it wasn't for certain things.
And do you know how many absolute maniacs over the course of history have been religious zealots?
Are you talking about Vikings right now?
No, not just Vikings. I mean, if you look at the history of the Catholic Church,
Yeah.
the Jesuits and whatnot,
Yeah.
I mean, they were claiming this, that, and next, even flipping slave masters, they were claiming that they were Christians and this is what God wanted.
Yeah, because the thing is, but those are extremists, isn't it?
You deem it extremist because it's opposite to what you believe in.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, do you know how much knowledge has been lost over the centuries? Like, even when you look at the Bible, I'm not sure what type of God you adhere to. Is it Muslim?
No, I'm not Muslim. I'm not religious.
So okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So when you say God, what are you referencing? Like, what are you citing?
Just God.
Just
like,
something.
yeah, an almighty. Yeah, an almighty.
That's why you said
creator. Yeah.
man, woman.
Yeah,
Alright,
exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
So what, do you believe that God may be a woman?
Potentially, yeah.
Why
of course.
are you so
within,
certain this,
yeah,
man?
Or within a.
That's what the book say. That's what the Quran says.
The what? Man.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. I mean, how do we know that that was actually what was written way back when?
Oh man, this is deep.
I don't. It's just belief.
No, because I'm a born again Christian, innit? And I follow the Bible, right?
Yeah.
And I know that over the years it has been translated and mistranslated, and
Massively.
certain books have been taken out.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And this particular body has decided this is what we decide are going to make up this Bible.
Yeah.
So I'm aware over the centuries and centuries, so much has been lost.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, we just literally have to faith.
So
faith.
are you okay in being, I guess, steadfast in your beliefs, knowing that the written has been manipulated so much?
Yeah, but how I keep telling people, I don't believe that the Bible is everything of God. What I mean is that He is more than the Bible can show me.
So okay, so you're saying the Bible's a watered down version? So
I
saying
didn't say that.
No, I'm asking you. That's
But
a question.
I do believe that the current version of the Bible, there are translations that are even stronger than what is represented in this particular version. I do believe that certain books should have been in the Bible because it was previously and it was taken out for whatever nefarious reasons, right? Why isn't that as important as the ones that we are currently saying this is everything? That's why I said I don't just say the Bible is the be all and end all of God because He is greater than that.
Of course.
So let me not just look at that.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I'm open to have conversations.
How about looking at other religions? If He's greater, do you think other religions play a factor in that greatness, that greater story of God? Other religions looking into that, or do you understand what I'm saying?
Expound.
So you've got Buddhism, you've got Hinduism, you've got Islam, So do other religions play a factor in this God that you believe in, and the story of God? Or am I making sense?
So are there connections between certain beliefs based on the characters depicted?
I think there is. I think from what I've been told there is.
Okay.
But do you believe that, and do you think other religions play a factor in your God's creation, if that makes sense?
I need further explanation. As to what you're asking me.
Okay, so for example, so you got like Yusuff, a Muslim.
Yes.
You don't believe, or do you, that his religion is, I guess, completely like irrelevant? Or does it play a factor in Christianity, in the way you believe Christianity is?
Okay, so I think the first thing you said is, do I believe his religion is the truest religion? Do I believe his God is the truest God?
Not the truest. No, I never said that. No.
Well, to be honest, if anybody's like fully into their faith, they would believe that their God is the one and only God, right?
Yeah.
Or if not, then we can go into a Skittles factory and pick and choose whatever we want to pick and choose. I mean, people exist like that. I'm half Buddhist, I'm half Christian, I'm half Muslim, I'm half this.
Yeah.
People do that.
Yeah.
I can't really reconcile that. Only because I try to find the most logical way to live my life. So I'm big on history, and that's why I mentioned the whole, I needed certain questions answered about the Bible, because surely this is not right, or the full story, right? And because so much has been lost over the centuries, when it is people invade other countries, they destroy libraries left, right, and center. There's a whole gap of knowledge that we don't know about, right? And we know that the white man has literally polluted history for themselves. So history is their story, right? I'm aware of that. I'm a black man. And
exactly.
if we didn't have this whole racial divide, this whole large cultural event that shaped our minds, how it is that we look at other human beings these days, I may not be having this conversation. But because we know full well the white man has literally changed plenty to suit his agenda, I have to start questioning a lot of stuff.
Gina, you religious?
Yeah.
What's your religion?
Christian.
Yeah. So what? You don't subscribe to religion, but you believe in God?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in God.
Okay.
Have you had any encounters at all?
I can dig it.
have I had any encounters?
Yeah, that
with religion?
made you not religion, but something bigger than you existed. Why do you think that there is a God? Remember, science tries to make rational sense of everything.
Yeah. But it's hard to describe it. It's a feeling. It's a sense that there's more to us than what meets the eye.
There has to be.
And and it's just, and that's the thing. Like, it's just, how you view our power. Like, it's how you view our potential.
Yeah.
So I see our potential as being infinite. And I think that if our potential as human beings is infinite, then what created us must be more than.
I like that logic.
So,
but you have to still subscribe to the belief that something created us.
Yeah.
Remember, science would tell you Big Bang, and then over billions of years.
Yeah. Because I just
evolution.
I mean, it's just things. I just don't believe in that because I just don't believe in it.
How can all of this come from nothing?
Well, just perfectly aligned. Everything's just perfectly coordinated. Everything just moves in synchronicity. There's just too.
Too much detail here.
It's too.
There's too much detail here.
Yeah,
it's too perfect. It's too perfect for it to just be.
Yeah.
Of an explosion.
For humanity to be at this stage right now, and for our origin just to be a big bang of atoms or molecules, whatever the Big Bang is, to me is just that's complete lunacy.
You see what spins my mind, and check this, right? Mm-hmm. We're sitting right now in a room, right? We have light, right? You look to your right, you got a little big plant tree, you got a nice little leather sofa, you got a phone that you can now call your cousin in Nigeria, right? Mm. In this same space, 800 years ago, everything would be seen as magic. Mm.
Yeah.
But you still had the materials that existed
back then
to do all of this. Yeah. But the knowledge wasn't present.
Mm-hmm. That's mad, because I've never thought of it like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you're right. Because all the materials existed.
Yeah, of course. Nothing's been. Well, there are a few materials that have been created.
Yeah, some new materials.
Yeah,
but
you still had the knowledge to create those new materials to then serve a purpose. What are the next 800 years going to look like?
I know. It's going to be like the Jetsons.
Mad thing. It's going to be absolutely mad thing. If you think about how much we've evolved, like obviously flying cars.
They're going to build upwards, isn't it?
Flying cars.
They're not going to be able to build.
Flying cars will one day be.
We're going to have levels to like.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to build it anymore because it's like the.
Because of the cars.
Huh? No, because of the land. There's going to be.
I was going to say
there's not enough. There's not enough. There's not enough land to build on.
So we're going to.
Because remember, 80% of the Earth is water.
Yeah.
So you can't build on that.
Yeah.
So where you gonna go?
Oh, you mean they're gonna? Okay. Yeah, but they're already building up. Look at.
No, but up.
Fam.
Like levels.
But
and inside the Earth as well.
There are already establishments inside it.
Yeah.
Because you're forgetting to build a fucking 80-story building, you don't need as much land as it is to build like a ranch, whatever. You need a little plot here, and you're just gonna go straight up.
Exactly. But we're talking
because the sky is the limit. There's no limit to the sky. Well, obviously. When oxygen runs out.
Atmosphere,
atmosphere in that, but you can go pretty high before that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Segue. So, are white people talking about this? So, you having sex with white girls? I mean,
Gavin, not me.
Are we having these deep conversations with white women?
Oh, well, damn. Okay. I don't know why you're touching people.
Why now I was going to cover your ears? Why? Listen.
Come through, black man. Come through.
Gavin's having sex with white girls.
Come through, black man.
Yusuf also having sex.
Why is this a problem?
I'm not having
Why aren't we celebrating this? Why are you seeing it as a slight?
No, the conversation.
Listen, wait, hold on a second. Let's bring this back. Let's start this conversation again. We're not gonna.
Man said context, please.
No, because I'm
not trying to defend or not defend.
All right, but we have to remember what the convo was exactly.
So, Gavin.
So ask him a set of questions.
Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I've got a preference.
Black
girls. Black girls is my preference.
Black girls is your preference.
Mixed race girls is my preference. They're the same.
So they're not, but okay.
Dangerous territory.
No, they're not.
Of course. What do you mean?
No, he said
was
black
that?
girls. No,
Let him
mixed.
let him
Well,
say
yeah,
why
yeah, I
he
mean-
thinks
Hold on,
not.
hold on.
No, but
He said black
you can't
girls
say
are my-
black girls and mixed race girls.
You know,
Which
guys-
one is it?
This is what I'm saying, because if that's
He
the
said
case,
it's the same thing.
no, because if that
Well,
was
it's not the same thing.
No, hold on.
Okay, go on.
If it was the same thing, you would have kept it at black girls.
Yeah.
You were specific. You said black girls
Yeah,
are my
true.
preference.
True,
Then you
true,
said mixed race girls are my preference. So they're
Yeah.
not the same according to you. Because if
yeah,
they were,
you're right.
you would have put them in the same category.
You're right.
So
Black girls are my preference.
no. Don't digress.
No, I'm not.
Because-
I'm back. I'm standing firm on what I just said.
Are you sure?
100%.
Because I feel like if I didn't say anything, we would have continued peddling on, and here we are.
And that's why I said, why are you interrupting him?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted him to
He
like.
corrected himself and said mixed race girls. You should
To be
go with
fair,
that.
you actually did.
Well, no. The thing.
He said, no. Wait a minute.
What I done was, I wanted to clarify that I think black girls and mixed race girls fall into the same pot.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, well, I still believe that you would have just said black girls, and then we could have delved in further.
No, because I know that if I just said black girls, you probably would have thought I don't like mixed race girls.
No, I would never.
Oh, okay.
But that's not the rule.
I
That's not the
never.
rule.
I'm not gonna
Cool.
lie.
It's not the rule.
Cool.
We just celebrate that.
But if I said- hang on a
I never.
second. You wouldn't have thought that.
No, you went there.
Okay, no, cool. I just wanted to clarify.
Okay.
Because if I said I like mixed race girls, you would have thought I don't like black girls then. So why does it work one way but not work the other?
No, but that's why I'm saying you've separated the two. So if you said to me you like black girls,
No,
to
'cause-
me, I would have imagined it to be all black girls.
Cool.
yeah?
No, but a lot of people don't.
I don't see mixed race girls as not black. But
Cool.
from time you're
I lied though.
but from time you're saying
a lot of people don't think it's the same thing.
no, but from time you
She's
said
not saying it's the same. Just clarify that, please.
Go on.
You're not saying it's the same thing,
She
right?
did.
Black-
She just said that.
What?
I know it sounded like she said that, but are
do
you
you
saying that black girls are the same as mixed race girls?
not in this context. Because I feel like when it comes to mandem,
Okay.
like obviously if we're basing it on the others and IC3 and all that stuff, yeah, we're all lumped together. However, I do feel like in our community we do separate the two.
Yeah.
But when you said black girls, I never excluded mixed race girls from you.
It was a.
No, but do you get what I mean?
It wasn't a black girls. Oh, mixed race
Because
girls.
for-
It was a black girls slash. It was a
Because-
forward slash.
Because
Thank
for
you.
example,
Keep moving.
Thank you.
because if Yusuff said to me,
Yeah.
if you said to me, I like black girls, yeah, and then I saw a girl and she was mixed race, I wouldn't be like, but you told me like black girls.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? She'd fall in the same category. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
But I think if you
That's
start,
why-
There's a big argument that it's not though. So I just wanted to clarify. Just
It's not that big.
No.
all right. So
It's massive.
if he
It's
said
very
his
simple.
type is white,
It's simple, but it's still a
Would you
big
assume that he
conversation
doesn't
in
like
terms of
black
how
girls?
many people are having it.
I would have delved in. I asked him his preference, innit?
Say that again.
If you said your
If you said your preference was white girls,
Yeah.
would she assume that you don't like black girls at all? Then
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But then I'd ask, which is where the conversation would have gone.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I first asked you, what is your preference?
So if he says
Rather
he
than
prefers white girls, then it means he doesn't like black girls?
Yeah, that's what she would have assumed.
I would have assumed that he doesn't date black women
Oh.
I would also
Why?
assume
How
the
come?
same.
Because of his preference?
because he prefers them over his own.
Yeah, but that's a preference though. We're talking like if you say
Then I
what
would
your
have asked.
preference.
Then
No,
I
but
would have asked.
For me, it's like if you would have said your preference is white girls, I would guess that you are less inclined to date a black girl.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm saying.
probably-
That
that's
you don't
probably-
like them.
Yeah, that's,
Okay,
that's
fair-
probably
okay, fair
correct.
enough.
Yeah.
That's probably
Okay,
correct.
that's what I meant. Not that you don't like black women,
Yeah,
but
cool.
that you're more likely to
Date a white girl.
date a white
Yeah,
girl.
well, if
And not
that's your
and not
preference,
even
then yeah,
that.
of course.
The
That's your
If
timeline
preference.
would say internalized hatred.
Forget even that, yeah. If there was a line of black
It's
girls
true.
and white girls, I would think because your preference is white girls, the black girls aren't getting a look in.
It's not.
Because you know I want
No,
to fuck that one girl. You like to fuck white
Look,
girls. No,
no,
bro, relax.
No, I don't care. Look, I just want everyone to I just don't think the emphasis should be on the color of someone's skin, bro, because I just think that, and I know what you're saying, because you're saying, look, so much has happened. We've been oppressed and et cetera, for far too long for
I
us.
mean,
Cool. No?
Come back in because this is a
right, is everything, all of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
You think I'm going onto the flat earth theory?
No, but you're taking it away from that, so I'm happy
Cool.
now we can come back in.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, yeah, like, okay, so let me try and break it down because I haven't really articulated this properly before. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that there's no way we can ask for a certain fraction of people to look at us a certain way if we're not a reflection of that. So I think that as human beings, we're a reflection of the energy and the ideas that we put out. So if we judge like a certain race on, and if we judge like our people, so black people for dating a white person, but then we don't want white people to be racist against us, that's hypocritical and that's contradictory and that doesn't make sense.
Do you know what? I just find it amazing that you can compare the two though, because you're like, the reason why we are a certain type of way is because of our experiences, right? That they haven't had. So, do you understand what I mean? Like, we've been oppressed, we're the oppressed. So we think and behave a certain type of way because of that. And I do believe that if that didn't happen, we wouldn't be even having this conversation. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But they haven't experienced what we've experienced. So asking them to not look at us in the same way, it's like, ours is a reaction. You know how it's action to reaction? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I hear what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is we do that across the board. So it's not even a black and white thing. We do it. Asians do it towards us.
Yeah.
Chinese people do it towards us.
Yeah, we're the common denominator though.
No, but we would do it towards certain things. Okay, cool. We'll do it towards Asians.
But you know what? But the point I'm making is, I see it as it's action reaction. Have you noticed that you can go to so many different countries and a black person in that country, unless it's our own, are often looked at as being at the bottom. Like if you go to Southeast Asia, if you go to certain parts of Europe, it's common. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's very unlikely that you're gonna go to these other countries, even back home, and a white person's gonna get that same level of like. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like if you go back to Africa, I'm sorry, but when I've gone, the white people there are not looked at as bottom of the barrel. If anything, some of them are even praised more than your actual normal people. Do you understand what I mean? So I feel like in all these countries that you've mentioned, Asians, whatever, in those countries, we are looked at as being at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah? So I'm saying, I see it as action.
So therefore we shouldn't date those races because they look at us a
I'm
certain way.
saying it's action reaction, right? So you're saying, we behave in a certain type of way towards these people, and I'm saying it is a reaction to their actions. That's how I see it. So for the first example you gave was white people, right? And you said, we want white people to like us and not be racist to us, but then we have issues with black guys dating white women. And I'm saying, one of the main reasons why we have issues with that is because of how they treat us. Do you understand what I mean? Or how they treated us. So it's a reaction. It might not be the girl here, but I'm talking like years down the line. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I'm saying it as, I don't even see how the two are comparable. Do you get what I mean? That's just how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it as, you can't compare the way black people are towards white people in terms of like based on what we've experienced.
No, but I'm just
in comparison to someone dating them. Like someone dating someone from another race compared to the racism we've received for hundreds of years from being oppressed by them. I don't see how it's the same.
Yeah, it's not the same at all. But I know that. Okay, so for me, for example, I understand how. Just because I've got I think I've got an understanding on how we can basically move forward as a people.
Speak to it, go on.
Yeah. So moving forward as a people, in my thinking,
turn the other cheek.
Not turn the other
Both
cheek.
cheeks.
I mean, pull it this way. You can't
All
be.
lives matter.
Nah, fuck off. Look, you can't be.
All lives matter.
Don't be silly. It's not turn the other cheek, yeah, but it's you're not gonna be able to progress by saying we should never date that type of race, or we should never we need to segregation. Like segregation is not going to be the answer to empowering black people.
And this is what she's saying. For the longest while, we have been shunned. We have been segregated.
Yeah.
That's why we are doubtful of these people saying we're different.
Yeah.
You're saying let's change the perception altogether, whole scale, all across the board, and that's when things will change. Let's start fighting against the grain.
So basically, we should be the bigger people.
Yes. Turn both cheeks.
Essentially, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But have you noticed,
yeah?
Someone made, so not even in regards to racism though, yeah? But just across the board, have you always noticed that when it comes to being the bigger person, it's always the victim of the situation that has to be the bigger person? Which I don't know, and I'm not even talking about in regards to racism, but in general,
no, you're 100% right.
It pisses me off.
But
impossible.
Because the thing, so I'll tell you what it is.
Forgiveness.
Hang on a second. Because ultimately, the victim has to be the bigger person. Otherwise, they're gonna be the victim all the time. So
Not necessarily.
Well, yeah, no. Hang on a second.
Expound.
No, so hang on a second. So like, basically, like, if someone does something to you,
Yeah.
you could either do two things. You could either like be the bigger person and move on and try and get over it. If you're unable to directly get them back, yeah, because what other options do you have?
Smiting.
Be
them.
angry. Be angry. Yeah, your only other option. If you can't directly get that person back for what they done, as in like for like, yeah, if that's what you feel is going to be an equal resolution to it, yeah, or make you feel better, what's your only other option? Is you have to rise above it.
Yeah, but this scenario, you saying rise above it, means you remove yourself from this particular interaction. You don't go and look for revenge. But in the parallel that you're seeing is the way we move forward is let's start dating white people.
No. Don't try it.
Oh, sorry.
Don't try it.
Sorry, please.
Don't try
No,
it.
but
Explain it to me.
the whole base of the conversation is about
Was about dating, though, so-
I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. No, I'm just saying in general, we just need to just be the bigger people. Like just in general, like so that will look. So I'll tell you what that looks like. That looks like if you want to date outside of your race, you date outside of your race. But then you shouldn't be judged within your race because you want to do that. You should just be empowered as a person that is just willing to just fight. Okay, so let me give you an example. So say you were like super pro-black, yeah, and you wanted to start a company or you wanted to do something that was pro-black. If you had a white woman, but like say for example Kanye West, he's looked at as someone that shouldn't really try and affect change within the black community because he's dating a white woman. But if he can affect change, he can affect change. So why are we looking at him like, well, really, we're not willing to it. Like, really, we're not willing to accept the change that you're willing to make because really, the missus.
I don't think Kanye's ever had that perception on his head.
I've never looked at Kanye West as someone affecting change in the black community.
No. But okay, so not necessarily affecting change in the black community, but
no,
like empower. Like
I heard what you said. What I said was, I don't think we look at Kanye as someone who can't impact the community because he's dating Kim Kardashian. Like no one's. We haven't shunned Kanye.
No, people do.
No,
They do.
For his actions.
No.
Hear me out.
People do.
No one shunned Kanye because he dated Kim. And if Kanye wanted to go back to Chicago and help out and affect the community, people wouldn't shun him because he's dating Kim.
I think they do.
That's never been.
I think you'll look at. I think if you wanna do something social change and you wanna fly the black flag for the black community, I think if your counterpart's a white person, you're looked at like you're not really serious.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong there. I'm saying I've never seen that put on Kanye.
Okay, maybe Kanye's a bad example, but I think in general. So what I'm saying is
prime example. The guy that played M'Baku in
Winston Duke.
Okay, Winston Duke, yeah. So there's a film coming out.
Yeah, I saw that post.
Right, and I don't really know who the guy is, but
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Who? Oh yeah, Umar Johnson.
Umar Johnson.
He's the one that.
He ain't pretty.
He's not. He's the one that tweeted him.
Yeah,
and
he's not having it.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, but I'm saying like with that one. So for example, right,
The role
he's
is
meant to play the role
Marcus
of
Garvey.
Right. So he's meant to play the role of
Marcus Garvey?
He's meant to apparently.
Yeah.
But the tweet was like,
No,
"Sir,
yeah.
step down from this role because you do not stand for everything Marcus Garvey. Like Marcus Garvey did not stand for interracial relationships. Your other half is of another race, so therefore we do not believe that you are fit for this role."
But in this context, because it's acting,
he's an actor.
It's not real anyway.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's ridiculous because he's an actor. And
but I'm saying that is sort of like that's sort of the narrative though. Like,
but it's true because look at even Get Out. I don't remember her name. The black woman who played not Get Out. The black woman Queen and Slim. The black woman who played Queen in the film.
Yeah.
And obviously remember there was like it was like this black love story. Which had a tragic ending, but a lot of people were like black love. Then they found out that her husband was white.
Yeah.
And then backlash. Like, hold on a minute. In this film, you're playing this like black queen strong. Do you know what I mean? But you're sleeping with the other side. Like it caused so much hysteria. So I agree with what you're saying to an extent.
Yeah, I mean it's neither like, no pun intended, it's not black or white. It's like there's other factors involved. But I just think, I don't know, like what we were saying before, like
I think
I just think in general, I just think if we are going to not progress, because I'm not saying that, to progress, you need to date like outside of your race or whatever. But just stand firm in whatever you want to do. Like if you want to date a white person, then just do it. But just don't really try and do it on the down low and then try and act like you're like holier than thou when really secretly you're doing it anyway. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I just think just do it with your chest. Like I've got a preference, but at the end of the day, I'm a warm-blooded male at the same time, so I'm gonna be sexually interested who I want. I've got a preference in it, but if I want to,
I don't believe that sex is sex and we all bleed red based on what I've heard in regards to like people saying, like, you know how black men are fetishized based on the sizes of their penises or mandingos or Africans or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't.
Sex with a white woman is the same. It's the same.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the same. Come on.
I mean, I don't know, so I can only go by your own experience.
I don't think about these things, to be fair.
Answer the question. Yes or no?
Why don't you ever accept my answers, bro? I don't think about these things.
No, but
I said before, that sex...
That's based on your experience.
No.
I was literally going to say based on your experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just live.
You're chewing a mic.
Stop chewing on the mic. No ways, I'm tired of you. No, I'm tired of you. Because you are trying to pull something out of me that isn't there. Just accept what I say and let it go, bro.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, based on your experiences, because you have experienced it, do you think there's any different?
Okay.
It's because your answer saying I don't think about these things is not an answer.
No, but that's my answer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that is your answer.
All right, you people in the room, you are assuming that I have an idea of how it's different to sleep with X and Y. I said before this conversation went here that it's different per girl, regardless of race.
Exactly.
You can ask me about 10 different black girls I slept with and how it was different between
That's a good way to frame it.
You asking me about black and white, I don't know.
That's a good way to frame it. So it's not the same and it's not different. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
because it's going to be different person to person. But I can't say that I've been able to differentiate the difference in terms of their skin color.
I don't finish having sex and I'm like,
and then
okay,
be
cool.
like,
Let me compare that to last week. I've never done that. So like, that's not in my thought process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How was that girl compared to that girl? I don't think like that. So, you know what I mean? I know
that's the thing. Because it's a non-issue, because it's not a thing that you will immediately recognize, I would just say it's the same because it's not something that stands out.
Question. Do you have a heightened sense of enjoyment when you have sex with your preference?
Yeah, I have. Because my preference has always been someone significant, if that makes sense. Like most of the time.
I don't get that.
So what I mean is, you said, do I have a heightened sense of an experience when I have sex with black girls?
No, he said your preference.
Yeah, so...
But you gave me preference. You gave me two. You gave me black and mixed race.
So.
You've been arguing for white women.
Yeah, but hang on a second. But what I'm saying is, so generally speaking, when I have like the black girls that I've had sex with in my life have either been someone I'm dating properly, like significantly, or a girlfriend. So that the experience is naturally going to be heightened. It's going to be more chemistry. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But let me focus on the framing of Gina's question to you, when she said, "What is your preference?" And then we spent a good 30 minutes. Some was clapped out about you pushing the narrative that white women were superior.
Wow.
It was clapped out, so we can't vote.
Superior.
Verified.
That's not what happened, guys. I'm protecting Gavin on this one.
No. Yusuff was arguing against this, so kudos, bro.
Wow.
He was fighting the cause. Kudos, bro.
No, I was really.
100%.
I'm not saying that's what you were saying, but I was. You were fighting for and I was fighting against.
So what were you saying?
You see what he was.
What were you saying? So what were you saying? What were you saying? Look, Yusuff is fully on it. Go on. What were you fighting against, Yusuff?
You were basically like saying that basically we should date
Whoever we want to date.
white women because
No, I wasn't saying
turn
that.
the other cheek to racism.
Got him.
Isn't that what you said? Like you were doing all lives matter.
Listen.
No, but all jokes aside, that's what you said.
What did I say?
You essentially said, Gavin,
Basically.
that we should just turn the other cheek and be the bigger people and forget about.
No, I never. No, I'm not. No. My original point, yeah, was that if I want to date a white, if I want to sleep with a white girl, I've got no problem going out on a date with her because I'm not trying to think about how that's going to look from anyone's perspective. Like, that's just that is just it.
Yeah.
So then,
but then you developed it to what?
Yeah, I developed it because I'm just like, well, we just shouldn't. Of course, like people should just be able to date whoever they want to date.
But you were saying for us to progress forward as people, we should just turn the other cheek.
Well, it's not progress forward,
and be the bigger person.
I just put it this way. I just think judgment in general just holds everybody back.
So why isn't your issue with people who are judging? Because your energy
ultimately
seems to be directed at me.
No.
Or the men that
you
deem to be undercover. Like, what about that? That sounds a bit mad. Check it out.
All right, cool. So listen,
because I thought from this point on we weren't talking about race specifically. So
all right, cool. Back to what you said. So you or whoever. There's loads of people that are just not willing to, again, like sacrifice or endure the backlash.
But isn't that?
But what is
even upset the ones that they love?
Okay,
their family.
All right. So what I want to. So this is the community. Okay, cool. But
it's only because of the entrenched history.
But like it is. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's also like it's not. They're not directly affecting the people that they love. Generally, it's through just a peripheral of people, like just people that they never even come into contact with. I.e., some random people. They
see their brothers, their sisters, their mothers, their fathers in those people.
Nah.
Okay.
What do you mean nah?
I mean, because you know that if you're walking down the street with a white girl, you're probably not going to see your mum.
No. Depends where you go.
That's not what I mean.
He's saying that they're a reflection of those people, not that you're going to see your mum. So, like
it's like when
old African lady on the street could resemble or remind you of your grandma.
If you go to Peterborough and you see a black girl, you're going to like acknowledge her, right?
Yeah,
that we do that because there's a connection there.
Yeah,
so
familiarity.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay.
The same way we can go into a room and be the only black people there and naturally gravitate towards each other. That's just the thing that we do.
And you automatically care about what they think about your presence in that room.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I mean, come on, we care about how others think about what we're doing. Of course, like we're sociable creatures. I just think it shouldn't be. We just shouldn't be dictated by it. Like we should just.
You want to be able to just date whoever you want to date without being judged, right?
No, it's not that.
That's kind of what you care about at the end of the day.
Ultimately, but that's an idealistic perspective. What I'm saying is, I don't care about being judged.
Because
I'm saying
you do
people,
your thing anyway.
But I'm saying people are going to judge whatever you do.
So what? What do you care about then? Because you care about something because you've been
in life?
No, not in life, bro.
What do you mean?
You don't care about that. You do your thing regardless.
And that's a good thing, by the way.
Yeah,
of course. So I've come here, So I've come here, and people will automatically think I dates white girls because of the way I'm dressed, not because of where I live.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly,
I'm gonna be honest.
No, I agree. But go on.
But I didn't. I guess I didn't.
You think by the way he's dressed?
He looks like he looks.
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
The way he talks, maybe.
No,
accent.
he looks like he dates white
What are you
girls.
talking about?
No, I don't think the way. I don't think. I don't think the way he talks is like. If I spoke to you,
more inclined.
No, but maybe it's because I'm from Essex.
Inclined. Yeah,
and I've been around black guys that are laddie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's black guys that I could, you know what I mean, from growing up and people that I see and stuff.
I'm from South.
And no, you look like you're from Winchester. No,
Windsor.
No, I'm joking. But I didn't. I guess to be honest, I didn't look you up and down anyway. Not even in a rude way. So I didn't. I didn't pre your outfit to like to clock. Okay, he likes he likes white girls. And the way you were speaking, I didn't think that. I'm not gonna lie, the socks, now I've looked, the socks kind of...
But listen.
You look very Urban Outfitters. What's that other shop? Hollister vibe.
Yeah.
So fair enough. But
anyway,
But you okay?
What I'm saying
is
is,
fair to say that you have a bit of a complex then.
nah.
No.
It's the opposite of
Why
a
does
complex.
he have a complex?
Because
it's the opposite.
one, you feel like I judge you for dating white girls. I never give you any reason to believe that. So I'm confused why you think that.
No, okay,
Is that an
okay.
internal thing then? Like you think that and you're projecting it on me.
I think I told you that there was. I thought you said something that someone else said.
That Marvin said.
Yeah. So that's basically
Okay.
And you remember I said it, and you were like, "No, I would never say that." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
That statement was crazy.
Yeah, that was it's crazy. But no complex. It's just, you know what it is. Ultimately, I guess this is ultimately what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to encourage, like, and not like with any like grand gestures or statements, but I just want people to just be comfortable because, you know, like operating from a place of like ego and afraid of public perception, and you're just not able to be yourself. Yeah, you're just not able to be yourself. And ultimately...
I don't agree. Because you're assuming that particular nuance even means something to that person where they're at home thinking, oh my God, I just can't be myself. It
does subconsciously. It does, man. Because the way most people do one thing is the way they do most things.
No, but I think it depends on the person though. There are obviously people that fit into that category of wanting to be free. And I feel like those people are the ones that...
and this is not for dating and race, by the way. This is just general.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Life in general. Yeah. Okay, for example, this is a stupid example, but let's just say I want to walk outside with my top off all the time, but I can't because I'm gonna be judged. People are gonna be looking at me, and I'm at home thinking, "Oh my God, I can't believe I can't take my top off." I don't care about that much, so it doesn't really hold much weight. The same with this conversation; it holds no weight. So you're making it seem like not even just me or guys are like, "Oh man, you're not living your truth." How about they don't give a fuck regardless, Gav?
No, but I know people that do. I mean, when I say that do, to this extent, they'll meet a ting out, yeah? She might be white.
Yeah.
And they have to maneuver on how they're gonna do what they want to do with her without being
seen.
Yeah. Let's clap. Let me clap. See, I just want to clap something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because those type of stories can only relate to a couple of people in my life.
Okay.
So I feel like people just know. So just forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because, you know, I've got a small circle. So anyway, go on, say something.
Say something. All right, cool. Are we done with this conversation?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gav. I think people should live their truth.
I think, man.
Without fear of perception changing their choices. If it is we're living for other people, then we're not living for ourselves. So,
And if obviously if it makes you happy, then
if one thing to be taken from this conversation, then
it's that.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're not bloody paying your flipping bills and giving you money to do this, that, and next.
Yeah, exactly.
They're falling them in.
But it's a bit deeper as well. But I mean, because it's like, are you actually gonna try to, you know, like I like, do you care so much what people think that you're not gonna do what you want to do, or would you prefer to try and actually change like public opinion or perception on actually doing what you want to do? Like if that makes sense. Like I think people are too caught up on allowing like society to smallen them rather than them actually just being themselves and being an example of what you can achieve if you're just about what you want to be about.
Yeah, no, I agree with that statement.
Yeah, so...
lead the way, Gav. Please show us how to love white women properly.
I knew he was going to go in.
Can I ask one other question though?
Yeah, go on.
Do you at all, and only because obviously they spoke about your attire and coming across like, okay, you look like a type of guy who likes white girls. Would you say that you are more of a laddish black boy than like a
road black
from
boy?
The ends? Like you're a bit more white than others.
See, that's rubbish. Yeah.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No, of course not, because that's.
See, you don't have to make it seem like it's a thing, bro. Like,
nah, of course not. Like it's what was the question? Do I think
you're a bit more white than black?
Yeah, that was the question.
No, not
ridiculous.
a bit more white than black. No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, go on.
As in, you're a bit more white than your friends, like the others around you. So, for example, in the crew, you might be
I mean,
the whitish one. You know what I mean? Trying to say, Gina?
No, but there's no such thing, and that's the thing. That's another thing I've got. Like, I'd have an issue with that because it's like, how can you be the whitish one? Like that doesn't make sense. Like,
No,
you can't.
it does make sense.
No, I know what you're trying to say, but for me,
I'm not saying that's you. But I'm saying
I know
that
what you're
exists.
saying. But
Hence why we've got terms like
coon,
coconut, bounty. Those people exist.
So how much of the whitish one do you need to be until you're a bounty or you're a coon or?
I can't talk on that. I don't know that. I don't like have to answer that. I don't have to answer
anyway, so it's like, so I'm the whitish one in the group, but I'm not.
No,
anyway, I'm not. I know you're not saying that, but anyway.
I'm not saying
so
that.
anyway, by the like, I work in an environment where it's like a predominantly, I guess, it's like a white environment.
Yeah.
So, and I live in Haggerston, East London.
Yeah.
They're just like crop
They
trousers.
look like you.
Yeah, crop trousers. Like it's just that's just how it is, and it's just. But I might dress. I'd wear that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. Yeah, it's just not a thing. But I just think, again, people just put perceptions on how they think a person from Peckham, South London should be dressing, and if you don't dress like that, then you're more white or you're more this or more that.
Yeah.
I've always been. I've never wanted to sort of like fit into the mold. You see, the worst thing for me is when you can identify someone just by looking at them. So if someone's able to look at you and then they're able to put you in a box, that's the worst thing for me. In fact, it would be the worst thing for me if I came here and I looked like any of you lot. If, like, no offense, but anyone in here, I just don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to have a unique identity. So
I think everyone in this room is unique to themselves. I don't look at you and think,
and we're all black.
Yeah, I don't think, oh my God, Gary, you're just out the box crazy.
Yeah, no, not out the box, but I'm just saying, like,
we're all different and we're all black.
But then, do you know what?
And that's what he said.
But do you know what?
Why must he be little white if he's different than you?
What I also agree with though, is like, even with how you dress, like I said, I didn't look at you and think you like white girls. To me, you look like there's a group of you know when Shoreditch, you know what I mean? When Shoreditch became a thing.
Yeah, that's how I'm all seeing.
And everyone, like, there was, you can go to Shoreditch, hipsters, and you see black people who are hipsters who dress that way. And my cousin, she's so pro-black. She dresses like this. She doesn't date white men. She loves, do you know what I mean?
Like,
but I never look at, like, I've just come to the terms of, like, there's different types of black people out there. And they all look different.
Yeah.
And
that is it.
like, I don't, honestly, so...
It's just a coincidence that he loves white women, basically.
I mean, here we are. But I honestly didn't look at him and think...
I love all women. I mean...
What I will say, though...
That's ridiculous.
If you had...
And that's not an all lives matter statement. That is just...
If you had relaxed hair...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, like Brian from Big Brother, like them
oh,
sides.
Brian.
When you're venturing more on that side, that's when I can tell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When he gets the pill.
Yeah, because that's when you're manipulating natural things about you in order to look like. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, hold on a second. So if a guy relaxes his hair.
Oh, but for a girl, here we go.
Have we? Is people? Is that like
you agreed with her? She said.
No, that's
no. But I'm just.
No, but because girls.
But I don't think for girls, and I'm not saying that you're relaxing your hair because you wanna.
People that are westernized.
You wanna. I just feel like with black women, like relaxing your hair it's even a community thing. There's a relaxed hair community within our community, and I don't believe, like, when I was younger, I don't believe my mum relaxed my hair because she wanted me to look white.
No.
Interesting. And from what I understand and from what I was told, my hair was relaxed because it was hard to maintain when I was younger. And my mum relaxed my hair when I was young. And then when I got to a certain age, she wanted to stop relaxing my hair and grow my hair natural. But then I remember I went to the hairdressers and she told me, don't go and relax your hair.
Because it destroys your hair.
Yeah, it destroys.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went to the hairdressers, and when I was younger, I was very afraid to speak and like speak to adults, and I was really shy. So I went to the salon and I sat down, and obviously it's my regular salon. My mum just dropped me, then she left, but she was like, just told them to wash your hair. She didn't tell them, and they relaxed my hair, and I watched them relax my hair, and I didn't say a damn thing. she licked me so hard when I got home, yeah, because she was like, why did you sit there and you don't own mouth?
Yeah.
But when you're hungry, mommy, I want McDonald's. You know what I mean? She ripped me. So, but yeah, so I don't really see it the same, is what I'm saying, in terms of black guys who relax their hair and black guys who relax their hair and black women who relax their hair. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I don't see it the same.
So because he tried to, he was like, oh,
yeah.
But I'm saying I don't see it the same
I was
because
joking.
I know that, like, historically, for there's a lot more black women that relax their hair, but I do know and appreciate that where it stemmed from, it was to appear more European, to be more accepted, etc., etc. Because I watched that hair the Spike, is it not the Spike Lee? Who made it? The documentary. But
good
it was
hair.
on
It's good hair.
No, not even
good
that.
Hair, no?
It was on, is it CJ Walker? It was on Netflix, and it's about the woman who, like, her name is Madam CJ Walker, and she she created like hair cream. Was it the perm? No, so there was a period where black women were like having to like relax their hair and stuff, but she created like a cream for black women for their hair to be manageable and whatnot. And then there was like a mixed race black woman who like did the perm and stuff.
Mixed race what?
A mixed race.
I
black
knew you were
woman.
gonna say that.
Okay.
As in, because if I say another black woman, you're gonna be like, I just said there was a black woman, so I'm comparing the two. I don't understand. No, but do you not understand what I mean? In the context of what I'm saying,
mixed race woman.
Right, but in the context of what I'm saying, I needed to state the difference for it to make sense.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm not talking anymore. I'm done. But
anyway,
huh?
You in the hair salon again?
Huh?
You in the hair salon?
Yeah, right now. I'm not talking. But anyway, I'm just waffling right now. But yeah, here we are.
No, that's all right.
Yeah. So yeah, get up. I mean, you know, I'm just exposed to like a bit of a lad mentality, I guess. Like the guys I like work with, it's just a bit of a yeah. So it's just one of those things. So I might sound more. People think I'm from East London,
but you sound like an East London.
Yeah, or like I'm from like
Essex.
Yeah, like close to Essex.
Remember, I know you forever, so don't think I think this of you. I'm just asking.
I know.
Because I'm trying to figure out where. I feel like there's a little bit of a disdain.
Disdain,
I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Disdain.
Yeah, for the guys, the DL guys.
Yeah, of course there is. There is.
But I don't live in the light.
No, I know.
In the light.
I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
But you know what?
Because
I'm because anyone that lives anyone that does things in secret is just a
I
weirdo,
get it.
bro.
No, what I'm saying is, you have Vim for it.
But you know why he has Vim?
Yeah.
Because it's a truth that he's living. So for
That's
example,
what I'm saying. Sometimes the root
but
cause
it's
of
because he lives that though. So for me, it's
I know,
like,
and I'm like the Indian. I'm like the Indian over the mountain, like getting all the arrows, and then every man wants to then climb.
No, but you ain't getting arrows though.
Huh?
You're not getting arrows apparently. So what are you talking about?
No, but he does get arrows.
Of course I'm gonna get arrows.
From
Of course
who?
I'm gonna get arrows. I
From
mean,
who?
people are gonna look at me and be like,
No, but
you know,
you don't care about people just looking at you though.
I don't
Exactly,
care.
but doesn't mean he
That's
doesn't
my
get the
point.
arrows.
I don't care about the arrows.
No,
Because I'll take him for you lot to.
Wow.
Are these
creep up the mountain and then see
are these arrows that
Stay
you
on
know
the
you're
mountain,
getting, or you're just assuming you're getting arrows? So
Of
for
course
example,
I get arrows.
Hear me
I'm a black man.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
So you walk into an establishment,
Yeah.
with a white girl.
Yeah.
There's black girls in the building.
Of course.
Hear me out, man. You being you, Gavin, not caring about what others think, not even paying attention to it. If you walk in there and walk out without a thought about who's looking at you, then what arrows have you taken?
No, but this is the difference, right? I
You've
don't.
taken no arrows.
No. But I think that you can walk
I'll
into
tell
an
you what the arrows
establishment
are.
and feel a certain vibe and energy and be aware of it. It doesn't mean you have to care, but but the arrows have been shot at you. You just kind of brush.
He's aware of it. Wait. He's aware of it because he knows that this is a perception, or he's actually
you see it.
seen
Of course
people
you
like
see it.
staring down.
Yeah.
Yo, look at him.
Yeah, you see it.
You know what I'm saying?
You see it. I'm aware.
No, so what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
do you see like
I see it.
the taps and look at him and
I can't say
Or-
specifically I've seen the tap.
that's what I'm saying. So
you don't need to see
it's more
overt
feeling.
thing.
No,
You don't-
no, for you it's more feeling.
No. I never said that.
I know you
I
didn't
can
say
say
I'm asking you.
No, yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is, I can see it, but it's not taps. It's not overt. It's just
Because you know it's in the air.
you just know.
Yeah, that's
you
what
just know.
No, because you said that you're oblivious to it and you don't care.
I never said I'm
Okay,
oblivious
cool.
to it.
Okay, you know, whatever. Okay, I'll put that word in there.
Okay, cool.
You said you don't care. It doesn't really
don't
bother
care.
you. It don't bother you. So if you walk into an establishment and you don't even, you're walking in your own glory. You don't give a fuck. So it's like that saying. Sorry, put your time back up there. put your hand back up. It's like the saying, if the tree fell in the rainforest,
if no one's around,
didn't make a noise. If you are so dapper in your glory, that you don't even see or hear or feel these black girls judging you, then you haven't taken arrows because you've walked out there with the same pride you walked in with. So what have you taken? But you know that's the perception. So maybe that's in the back of your mind, but you haven't actually taken daggers because you are proud and you don't give a fuck anyway. So you haven't taken daggers, is what I'm saying. Which is a good thing.
Well, yeah,
so why fight it?
No, but what I'm saying, I mean, this is a bit like maybe airy fairy, yeah. But you could argue that the daggers are more of like an intangible thing, like as in.
You know they're there, even though
I know they're there, and if I was to maybe show that I'm affected by it, then it wouldn't allow some other person who wanted to do that and just wanted to do whatever they want to do. It wouldn't allow them to be able to do that with confidence.
So other men seeing you out with a white woman,
not necessarily
might give them
men,
confidence.
Yeah, men, women, whoever, like, and not just. And look, it's just an example of how you should just be doing everything that you want to do, that you're not harming anyone.
Yeah, of course.
And do it with your chest.
Yeah, I'm all for people doing what they want to do, living their life and living their truth, and that's the hill I'll die on. But I'm not dying on the interracial dating hill because I don't care about that much.
But what I'm saying is that's just one example. But this is just a metaphor for everything.
But remember that one. That's one example because remember the general consensus of this conversation is great. Be who you want to be, live your life, live your truth, But when you pick out the individual nuances of that statement, then that's when you pick and choose what you care about. And this particular topic is not a fault for me, bro. I don't really care about it.
Well, it's not a fault for me as well. I don't really care about it that much. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing. Why would I care? I mean, come on. You shouldn't care about who I date. So then I'm not gonna bring up the.
I was barking to you.
I'm not gonna bring up.
Saying to you, why do you care about what I do? I said this millions of times this episode. I said that. I said, why do you care about what I do? It's like when man them get onto each other about what they do in the bedroom. Why does the man them care about what I do in the bedroom? It's the same thing. Why do you care about guys doing?
Because that's
whatever?
nasty, bro. We just need to empower our own, but that doesn't necessarily always come through who you date. Or who you date. It just means that, like, let the person date whoever they want to date, but we just have to just focus on like what's the bigger picture. Like I know racism exists. Like that's not what I'm saying. That's a completely different issue. Turning the other cheek is a completely different issue. I'm saying that if you want to date who you want to date, then cool, but don't judge someone else for who they want to date or think that they're less of a person within your community just because they want to date.
I totally agree with that. And I've never judged. What I'm saying. I've never judged anyone. Remember, like if we're to look at our society and our little black community, the consensus is, and let me talk from my perspective in case I'm told I'm wrong. In my life, when it comes to like being judged for dating, it's always been black girls judging black men who date white women. That's always been the narrative that I've seen and witnessed and have had first.
That's the most vocal narrative.
I've had girls in uni, friends of mine, who used to vocally preach this to guys they knew. There was one guy in particular who had a white girlfriend. There was a particular group of girls who used to get onto this guy every single time they saw him about why he dated a white girl. So that's the only narrative I've known. Me, I've never judged anyone for dating. You can date. I don't give a shit, bro. Date who you want to date, yeah?
Okay.
That's my thing. I don't care, but you were kind of doing the whole thing of, let's date who we want to date. And, when it comes to racism, turn the other, it's like a whole kumbaya.
No. Forget the turn the other cheek thing, because that's going to come across, that will come across bad, and that's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm saying we are the bigger people. In general, we are the bigger people. We've endured so much, and
for us to be standing here where we are today,
of course, we're the bigger. So,
we've endured and accepted a lot, But it's not beat up a person to the degree of, you know what, I'm just gonna forget and forgive.
Okay, cool. No, but I'm not saying forget and forgive. But I also don't think the answer is to reprimand or oust someone.
And I agree with you. It's not the answer at all. It's not the answer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've never looked at you any type of way for anything, so I don't think I have.
Yeah. cool. So how did we even get onto that then?
Because you had the notion
No.
that I looked at you sideways because you date white girls, and I don't.
Okay, and the reason I thought you probably did, and not necessarily just you, just people in general, is because I thought you were one of many black men who secretly date white girls. But you're not.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Yeah,
Cool.
I get that, but that doesn't. Okay, cool. That's something separate though. So why would you think?
Yeah.
Just because a man, that's to me, are two different things. A man who dates women down low,
Yeah.
and a man who, so that same man who dates down low is now getting onto you. That's a whole different scenario, bro. What about the people who don't date down low but get onto you? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, my point still stands.
Yeah.
That person has no right to get onto someone else about who they want, who they want, who they date.
Your issue is only with men who get onto you if they also date white women DL, not the ones who just get onto you and don't date white women at all.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, not entirely because.
So you don't care if a black guy gets onto you by dating white women if he doesn't date white women.
My answer to him was going to be, obviously, don't worry about who I'm dating.
Yeah.
It's like none of your concern. But if someone that I think is also doing that,
then it's more of an issue for
of
you.
course it's more of an issue. Yeah, they're being a hypocrite.
Yeah, of course he's been a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
when I'm not the person to direct it. Hence
Very true. Very true. But if we set the tone on your, like, because I was it didn't make sense to me, like how you would have been through so many scenarios, but I didn't know scenarios were four.
Yeah.
Of course. Like, well, yeah. So yeah, but so anyway, so yeah, that's it. It's very different, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Right, look at the time. I gotta be up at 5:45. It's a mad thing.
So you're clapping back in now because clearly all of that
what
was.
do we do now?
Clapping back in. Should we just scrap song of the week?
Please.
All right, cool. We'll be back next week.
Oh, you're not doing it? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
What, scrap it or do it?
Up to you. I don't have a song to head though.
I want to go home.
No, it's fine. We can. It's been a.
What's this? What do you usually do here?
We do a.
And I need to pee again.
We do a song of the week. Brent, what do you think? Song of the week or scrap it?
Song of the week.
Scrap it.
Yeah, guys, we're exhausted. We're gonna hear a lot of cuts.
Wait.
Bleeps.
8, 9:30, 10:30. 4 hours. Big man.
You're gonna hear a lot of
Get
cuts.
me the hell out of here.
Yeah, song of the week. We're back next week. Yeah, we're tired, and I can't bother to speak anymore. So we're out. Peace.
Peace.